we back? It should be back. That was not something on my side, guys. That was Twitch, 100%. Like, mine didn't drop any frames. I was still streaming. But no, Twitch decided to, I guess, take a little break, you know? Do a little dance, make a little love. Basically, down tonight. McDonald's flexing its power? No, Sloan. Whenever the internet disconnects, it's usually one of two things. Either it's my internet or it's Twitch. So just give it a second. I usually get back online. So it shouldn't be too bad. I can't remember what I was saying.
McDonald's responded with an insulting $800 settlement offer. Liebeck's counsel had also offered settlement amounts ranging from $90,000 to $300,000, but McDonald's also rejected all pre-trial efforts to settle the case.
I was not in it for the money. I was in it because I wanted to bring the temperature down so that other people will not go through the same thing I did.
The most that Liebeck asked for at trial was...
But I've already shown you. She wants the temperatures to come down because she doesn't want other people to go through what she went through. The temperature of the coffee was what the National Coffee Association of the USA states that that's what coffee should be on. Between 180 and 185. McDonald's was serving coffee between 180 and 190. So, yeah, okay, 5-degree difference. But, like, down to what? Like, the room temperature? Like, I really want people to only drink coffee that's fucking room temperature. It was too hot for me, so it must be too hot for everyone. Yeah, this is ridiculous, dude. How in the hell did they arrive at that temperature? That's well above boiling. Swanky Tiger, I'm assuming that it comes... I'm assuming that it's... At that temperature, coffee tastes the best, right? That's what I'm assuming. 40K brought us here somehow. Someone said, I think I said something about frivolous lawsuits, and then chat was like, no, bro, it wasn't that frivolous. So now we're watching this, and I'm proving my fucking point.
Was $800,000, and it was the jury that awarded her $2.7 million, which she never actually received because the punitive damages were chopped. And her critics claimed that Liebeck shouldn't recover anything because she spilled coffee on herself, but the jury did in fact find Liebeck partially responsible for her injury, applying the principles of comparative negligence, in which liability is apportioned based on how much at fault each party was for the injury. The jury found that Liebeck was 20% at fault for her injury, and her compensatory damages were reduced by 20%.
Yeah, I would say maybe more like, look, if I'm going to assign blame to McDonald's, I would actually say McDonald's is maybe like 20% to blame for that mistake. And she's like 80% to blame. She was the one that spilled the fucking coffee on herself.
The amount that she was at fault. But in the past decade, the Liebeck case has received renewed attention in the form of the 2011 documentary Hot Coffee and a 2013 retro report video from the New York Times. But the false perception about this case continues to this very day.
That Stella Liebeck needed to defend her reputation is the saddest piece of this whole story.
But now what do you think? Completely frivolous, or is there some merit to it? Let's move on to the next case about the famous man who was trapped in a phone booth and hit by a drunk driver but sues the phone company. As you might recall, the 1980s were a unique period in our history when people wore parachute pants and MTV actually played music. That was also when the tort reform movement, which claimed America was under assault by unscrupulous lawyers bringing frivolous lawsuits, first began to pick up steam. And few were as instrumental in cementing this image of out-of-control lawsuits into the American consciousness than President Ronald Reagan. But more on that in a moment, because in 1974, Charles Bigby, following a night shift as a custodian in the city of Los Angeles, used a public telephone booth to call his girlfriend.
Brock, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, if you are an American, you have every right to go to a McDonald's, buy a coffee, and throw it on your dick, right? No one can stop you. That's freedom, and it's beautiful. The problem is if you do throw the coffee on your dick and it burns you, you should not then be able to go, well, fuck it, now I'm suing you for giving me hot coffee. In fact, I would, as someone that likes coffee, I would probably want to sue you if you gave me cold coffee. I don't really give a fuck about the hot coffee bit. It needs to be hot. If I ordered coffee from you and it was like fucking lukewarm, I may actually then go into what we would call a frivolous lawsuit to try and get millions off you because you ruined my fucking morning. Like I would think that the opposite is probably worse than the, than what actually happened here. Well, in the States, you can at least file the lawsuit, get money back. You paid for hot coffee, not shitty room temp coffee. True. I got pizza and I burned the roof of my mouth because it was too hot. I'm going to sue. Well, there you go. You can, bro. This is why coffee went up to $5 a cup from the 25 cents it was when she spilled hers. I mean, it's because so there's a couple of things like this, right? This is why I hate politicians so much. Like, for example, in Europe. In Europe, there's the law states that any item that may contain fish has to have on the packaging that this may contain fish. The problem is that it does not state that this is only true for items that may contain trace amounts of fish. So, for example, if you have, oh my god, Robotic Unicorn, you bastard, with the 25 community subs. I'll tell you what isn't frivolous, ladies and gentlemen. When you have someone just handing out money, right? Like, I feel like I'm an American suing fucking McDonald's, bro. Money raining down on me. Robotic, I really appreciate that. How you doing? Can we get some hearts in chat? There you go. Thank you. But no, what was I saying again? Before Unicorn completely fucking derailed me. Unicorn, how's your day? I can't remember what I was saying. I lost it. It's gone now. I'm pretty good. Was just in a fated raid. How is the fated raids, by the way? Oh yeah, so they have this law, right? And I understand the law is supposed to be there for, say, for example, you have a can of spaghetti. Yeah, like you guys know that spaghetti can bullshit in the tomato sauce. Now, let's say that can was packed or canned in a factory that also handles fish. So then, obviously, on the can, you have to say may contain fish because you never know. Something could have gone wrong. The problem is that politicians don't think that way. So what ended up happening is small fisheries and really small, like, packery, like fish packing plants and stuff like that were forced to basically change all of their packaging to state may contain fish on a bag of fucking fish. So you go and you say, right, I want mackerel, please. And you get a bag with your fish that says may contain fish. And there you're sort of going, well, I fucking hope so. I ordered fish. So why is it saying may contain fish though? Could it be something else? Is there a possibility that this horse actually that just looks like fish? So it's just weird. I hate shit like that.
As the two spoke, Bigby saw a car driving erratically towards him, but while bystanders and a man in a neighboring phone booth were able to get out of the way, Bigby's phone booth jammed, trapping him inside for the near-fatal collision. And this is how President Reagan described that case in a speech to the American Tort Reform Association.
Now, it's no surprise that the injured man sued, but you might be startled to hear whom he sued. The telephone company and associated firms. That's right.
Reagan claimed that this loony case was an example of a broken tort system. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it might surprise you to know that Reagan left out a few key details about this case, which would not be the first time.
A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
So here's what President Reagan actually left out.
Wow, what a way to fucking claim, like, what a way to phrase the way you lied. Dude, presidents are fucking miserable cunts. Dude, just, I know that's not what we're talking about here, but just listen to the framing here.
details about this case, which would not be the first time.
Listen to what he
A
says
few
here.
months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
That is the most eloquent way of saying, I lied to you straight to your fucking face. I guess it's better than fucking George W. Bush just not saying anything, right? Or fucking Bill Clinton going, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I guess it's better than that. At least this is eloquently telling you I lied and fuck you.
So here's what President Reagan actually left out. First, 2 years prior, a driver had destroyed a phone booth that had been placed in the identical spot. Now, the phone company replaced the booth, but didn't include a guardrail or a warning, and the replacement phone booth had a malfunctioning door. Accordingly, the phone company was on notice that the placement of the phone booth might be dangerous, and didn't take what most would consider reasonable measures to remedy the risk. And contrary to Reagan's implication, Bigby did not merely sue the phone company. Bigby sued everyone he felt had contributed to his accident, including the alleged drunk driver, as well as the horse racing track he believed served the alcohol to the driver. And this is typical of lawsuits where you name...
Wow, that's... You're suing... Like, that is the... Excuse me, mate. Gilgamesh, how you doing, bro? We're going to be playing soon again. That's like casting a very wide net to ensure that you really get your man right. Because even if the courts say no to the courts can't say no to everyone, right? Someone is going to come through and I'm going to get my fucking cash, bro.
Name all of the parties that you believe are responsible and let the facts take the jury where they will, and the jury can apportion faults among all of the different defendants. And finally, Reagan left out just how badly Bigby was injured. Bigby had to have his right leg amputated 4 inches above the knee, and while his left leg required skin grafts to be saved, Bigby would eventually require an artificial leg, a wheelchair, and a knee brace for his left leg. And because insurance would not cover everything, Bigby's unpaid medical bills amounted to more than $1,500, 20% of his yearly janitor's salary of $7,300. Bigby was physically unable to work and became severely depressed and was hounded by collections agents. But in the end, frivolous or not, Bigby settled for a mere $25,000, with the alleged drunk driver paying half and the racetrack vendors paying the other half. But
Why would the racetrack vendors and... What? On this case, I do actually agree with him. That is not frivolous. You're inside a phone booth, by the way, that is right next to the fucking road. If that door is faulty for whatever reason, it absolutely is the fault of the phone company. Sleep too dumb. Take care, Apocalypse. Bars can be held responsible for your drunk ass hurting someone. I don't understand how, though. Because it's not the bar's job to ensure that you don't fucking drive drunk, right? That's your job.
since this is American, we love our cars almost as much as we love our guns, let's talk about the supposedly frivolous case of the man who won $1.25 million after stealing his own car. This is a case that you just read the headlines and it seems completely insane. Man steals his own car and wins $1.25 million. Well, reading below the headline reveals a harrowing story of discrimination and police brutality. In 2015, Dr. Lawrence Crosby, then a 25-year-old engineering doctoral student, was fixing a loose molding on his car. A woman witnessed Crosby, who was wearing a hooded sweatshirt at the time, fixing his car and assumed that he was trying to steal the car. She proceeded to follow him in her car from his home to the university before she called the police to report that she saw a black man in a hoodie steal a car. In the arrest video, Crosby can be heard telling the police that he was trying to fix his own car. The police dashcam video shows Crosby getting out of his car with both hands up, holding a cell phone in one hand. Officers approached Crosby with their guns drawn. Police then ordered Crosby to get down on the ground, and when he did not immediately comply, a group of officers rushed Crosby and threw him to the ground. Crosby said that the officers piled on top of him, proceeded to hit and knee him. And as an officer screamed to stop resisting, Crosby, who had his own dashcam video, can be heard saying, "I'm cooperating, sir, you're on video." That's an FYI. Officers quickly learned that Crosby owned the car and was in good standing, and even though...
I mean, I'll say this. I don't mind the fact that, you know, the lady phoned the cops, even though that sounds like a Karen. You know how suspicious someone would have to look for me to phone the police and fucking report that I think someone stole a car. Like, the dude would actually have to hold a neon fucking sign that says I'm stealing the car before I would phone the police. Like, I wouldn't even notice that shit. Like, genuinely, someone standing beside the road fixing their own car, I'd be like, oh, fuck that. I'll just drive by and continue with my life. So this lady clearly had too much time on her hands and not enough people to piss off. So she decided to ruin someone else's life. But I will say this, something that really... In the US, it seems like there is just... Like, the police seem to be so fucking on edge in almost every single situation. And I have some ideas as to why. Because I've actually watched a number of videos about sort of people constructively criticizing the police. I'll say this. In South Africa, for example, our police do not make traffic stops for good reason. The police is trained to deal with high-stress situations. In other words, the police is trained to run into burning buildings, run into active fire, run into bank robberies, right, where people have guns. So the police is trained to deal with high-stress situations where you're most likely dealing with armed people. We have traffic police who are trained to do traffic stops. This is what they do. Their job isn't to run into fucking buildings. Their job isn't to fucking shoot at people. They have guns. They barely ever fucking need to use them because it's a traffic stop. That's just how it goes. So it's just weird to me. Like, look at this guy. He's got his hands up, right? Now, you could argue, okay, maybe holding the phone there, you might think, okay, maybe that's a taser or maybe that's a weapon. Maybe, I don't know how, but fucking maybe, let's say it's in the heat of the moment. But look at the fucking sea of people that fucking runs after this guy.
This dashcam video shows Crosby getting out of his car with both hands up, holding a cell phone in one hand. Officers approach Crosby.
Like, you really need that many people? Like, why do you need 6 fucking cops? Like, let all the others have their guns trained on him. One guy walks in, cuff him, fucking good guy. Why do you need like 6 guys just running after the fucking guy? It doesn't make sense.
Crosby with their guns drawn.
Steel
Police
slider.
ordered Crosby to get down on the ground, and when he did not immediately comply, a group...
Look at that red shirt guy. Red shirts guy just look... Please just take a look at the guy in the red shirt. I just want you guys to fucking look at this. Dude just really wants to be part of the action. Like, he just wants to get in on this shit. Look at this.
Holding a cell phone in one hand. Officers approached Crosby with their guns drawn.
Look at the
Police
guy
then
with the
ordered
red
Crosby to
shirt.
get down on the ground, and when he did not immediately comply, a group of officers rushed Crosby and threw him to the ground.
You helped not at all, bro. Like, you could have stood back and the situation would have played out exactly the same way without you fucking there to help. Oh, that's literally the case of a guy going, I'm helping, but he's not doing anything. He's just fucking standing there.
Crosby said that the officers piled on top of him, proceeded to hit and knee. Officers screamed to stop resisting. Crosby, who had his own dashcam video, can be heard saying, "I'm cooperating, sir, you're on video." That's an FYI. Officers quickly learned that Crosby owned the car and was in good standing. And even though Crosby had not actually stolen a car that belonged to him, Crosby was still arrested and charged with disobeying officers and resisting police. To repeat, even though Crosby was cleared by the police for stealing his own car, the police still arrested him for resisting an arrest for a crime that he in fact did not commit. A judge later threw out the charges, and the following year, Crosby filed a civil lawsuit against the city of Evanston, Illinois, citing false arrest and excessive force. In the suit, Crosby demanded that the city and the arresting officers pay at least $50,000 for compensatory and punitive damages, fees, costs, and such other relief. In January 2019, the city council voted 8-0 to settle with now Dr. Crosby for $1.2 million.
Nice!
After the settlement,
Dude
Dr.
got
Crosby
fucking
stated that
rich.
he was working on mending his...
Nice, get your own, bro. Get your fucking own. Doctor. That's nice. Bro got rich. Now, I don't have much time for the police. Not all police officers are bad, obviously. But I do think there's a very large, in South Africa specifically, there's a very large proportion of people that really just, they're bullies that become police officers because as a police officer, you can bully someone legally. You can be a cunt and basically you get paid to be a cunt. I do not like police officers, bro. Not one bit. It's one of the few things that I have in common with the fucking progressive left is the fact that I think police officers are fucking shit. I'm out for dinner. I hope to catch you. Still streaming when I'm back. Sloan, enjoy dinner, bro.
His reputation, having found himself often defending his actions and explaining what happened that night once the case became a national headline. And it makes sense. If you just read the headlines, one could have gotten the wrong idea about what happened. But moving forward, Dr. Crosby said that his first steps post-settlement would be holding an implicit bias forum for students and faculty at Stanford University, where he earned his undergraduate degree. Okay, fine. You've probably heard about police brutality before, so that one might not be that surprising. But have you heard the one about the aunt who sues her?
KO, I would say, I don't know if you're white or black, KO, so I think that would differ. But I would say, my experience, yes, a lot of the white cops are sort of, I would say, they think too much of themselves. Like, for some reason, they think they're really fucking cool, when in reality, you're a cop, bro. I can't think of a lower form of human being. So, you know, let's not get over fucking whelmed here. You're a cop. But they walk around as if they own the fucking place. But I will also say there's a lot of black cops that is incredibly racist towards, like, any white person. And I've seen it myself. Like, I have seen people do absolutely nothing. Like, they did nothing wrong. And then they get arrested just 'cause. You know, just because the cop can, he doesn't give a fuck. Or he should have just sued his dad for withholding information, which caused a massive war. We have militarized our police. The police had much more respect before they were wearing military fatigues and wore dress pants and ties. Sad because the bobbies in the UK are pretty good. I will say I'm in agreement with you there. The cops that I met in the UK were actually pretty cool. Like, at least most of them were very fucking, like, respectful. I got pulled over once by a cop in the UK, and they were actually really fucking respectful and cool.
Her 12-year-old nephew for $127,000 because he hugged her. Well, there's an old saying that when it comes to family, blood is thicker than water. But in the rough and tumble world of litigation, it's not that uncommon for aggrieved relatives to sue one another for personal injury. But what is uncommon is when the plaintiff is an adult suing a very small child. And so goes the story of Jennifer Connell, the woman dubbed the Aunt from Hell, who sued her nephew for $127,000 over a birthday hug gone wrong. You probably heard some of the facts of this case when the story first went viral.
Yes,
in 2011, an Upper East Side aunt attended a birthday party for her then 8-year-old nephew, Sean. The precocious lad was riding around on his brand new bicycle, his first two-wheeler, when he saw his beloved aunt. And when he spotted her, Sean, who was technically the son of a cousin but refers to Connell as his aunt, dropped his new bike on the ground and ran to his aunt at full speed. He leapt into her arms, exclaiming, "Auntie Jen, I love you." Auntie Jen was caught off guard by the leaping nephew, causing her to fall and break her wrist. 2 years later, she sued young Sean for $127,000. Now, if this sounds ridiculous, you would not be alone in thinking so.
But
when
it is
word of the case
ridiculous.
broke out, people blasted the aunt who was a human resources manager on social media, dubbing her the Aunt from Hell and the worst aunt ever and Antichrist. And the news media also piled on, portraying her as a greedy money grubber, bringing an inherently ridiculous case against a child. The trial didn't help her image. Auntie Jen testified that her injury harmed her social life by making her unable to hold a plate of hors d'oeuvres. She further testified, quote, "I live in Manhattan in a third-floor walk-up, so it's been very difficult, and we all know how crowded it is in Manhattan."
You broke your wrist, but the third floor walk-up have been... Does she walk on her fucking hands? She is basically a cunt, though. I do agree with that, Gilgamesh.
She argued that young Sean had been negligent when he jumped into her arms and broke her wrist, and therefore that she was entitled to $127,000 as compensation for her medical bills. Now, the jury disagreed, deciding that she deserved zero compensation after a mere 20 minutes.
Thank God the jury is not fucking terrible. Oh my God. The jury was actually like, wait a second. A child was really happy to see you, and now you're suing the child? Fuck you, bitch. Oh my God.
minutes of deliberation. Now, this seems like a textbook case of overzealous litigation. Well, here's the rub, and hold on, because it involves both legal nuance and insurance law. I know everyone keeps asking for more insurance law and extremely nuanced legal points, so here you go. Under Connecticut law, she literally had no choice. Auntie Jen first submitted her claim to the homeowner's liability insurer of Sean's parents. In response, the insurer offered her a mere $1 settlement offer. And when Auntie Jen wanted to litigate her damages claim, her attorneys informed her of an inconvenient fact about Connecticut law. It's illegal to name a homeowner's insurance policy as a defendant in a personal injury case. The only way she could get a homeowner's insurance policy to pay her medical bills was to get a judgment against the person who injured her. So, regardless of how silly it might have appeared to outside observers, Auntie Jen was required as a matter of law to sue the party that she thought injured her, which in this case means suing a young child. Auntie Jen did not win her case, but just because a party loses a lawsuit doesn't mean that it was filed without any legal basis. A minor can be held liable for injuring another under Connecticut law. In 1960, the Connecticut Supreme Court held that a 17-year-old girl could be held liable to her minor siblings arising out of her negligence in a car accident. And
Yeah, but I mean, that's not the same thing, though, is it? Samurai, how you doing, brother? Yeah, she's just a cunt. I mean, look, the one girl, the 17-year-old girl, drove a car illegally and then crashed and hurt her siblings. Yes, absolutely. The 17-year-old girl has to be fucking held accountable for that. But the 12-year-old child that ran to his aunt and screamed, by the way, "Aunt Jane, I love you," and then she fell and broke her wrist, it's her own fucking fault. You know, why is the child expressly said he loves you, and you go, "No, I will sue you for that remark"?
And outlining the legal standard of care for minors who injure third parties, the Connecticut Supreme Court wrote, "A minor is liable for injuries negligently inflicted by him upon another. It is true that in determining the negligence of a minor, the law applies to him a standard of conduct which will vary according to his age, judgment, and experience, but the law does not grant him a complete immunity from liability for his torts, even in negligence." So this lowered standard of care for minors is consistent with what happened in Auntie Jen's case. At trial, the judge instructed the jury that had Sean been 18 at the time of the incident, he probably would have been expected to act like a reasonable adult. However, because the boy was only 8 years old at the time, the jury had to consider only what a prudent 8-year-old boy would have done. And on that basis, the jury held that young Sean was not liable for any damages. He was 8 years old, dude. After the case, Miss Connell appeared on the Today Show with her then 12-year-old nephew to clear the air. She explained that her relationship remained sound, and she deeply regretted that Connecticut law forced her to take this route.
I was informed that Sean had to be named. I was never comfortable with that.
As for young Sean, he stands by his aunt.
Sean, what do you want people to know about your aunt?
That I love her and she loves me.
Either way, this will probably make for some awkward family reunions in the future. But you can tell that sometimes what you see in the news can be misleading, or it might just be half of the story. But not with today's sponsor, Morning Brew. I've actually been subscribed to Morning Brew for forever. It's one of my absolute favorite newsletters.
It is weird.
Awesome
the
that
US is weird.
Sponsor this channel. Morning Brew, if you didn't know, is a free daily newsletter delivered Monday through Sunday. It gets you up to speed on business, finance, tech, and law in just 5 minutes. And it provides a fantastic quick survey of the most important issues while being witty, irreverent, and informative. And did I mention it's completely free? It tells me how much my stocks are going up and how much everyone else's crypto is going down. Yesterday, for example, I learned about all the crazy stuff going on.
All the crypto guys getting fucking wrecked.
That high schoolers have a right to cuss outside of school, according to the Supreme Court, and that the Chinese government is shutting down the only free newspaper in Hong Kong. It's basically exactly the mix of news that I'm actually interested in, and it's one of the few emails that I actually open. So, Legal Eagles, this one is a complete no-brainer. Morning Brew is completely free, and it takes less than 15 seconds to subscribe. Just click on the link in the description to get Morning Brew for free. And not only will you get a newsletter that you will actually read, but you'll actually help out this channel too. So click on the link in the description to get Morning Brew right away. So, do you agree with my analysis? Leave your objections in the comments.
The only one I
didn't other lawsuits that are frivolous or
the only one I didn't agree with was his first case.
The
first case with the coffee from McDonald's, that was bullshit.
Lawsuits that really are frivolous. So, click on this playlist or I'll see you in court.
I mean, yeah, whatever the fuck, you know. I think I still stand by the US is way too quick to sue. Like, people in the US just, any fucking slight is immediately caught. Immediately. We have to go to court. And it's like, well, dude, maybe calm down a little, you know? Look, you don't have to go to court for fucking everything, you know? Is there anyone here that has Bitcoin? Or that had Bitcoin?
Flickers of memory fill your mind. You long for solitude. The subtle scent of parchment wrinkles your nose. Fresh ink stains your fingertips. The memory vanishes, burned away by heat. Ash falls from the sky as a growling whisper addresses you.
The fuck? Why is it so red now?
I see you. And inside you is the strength I've been looking for. You must find that place of longing in the home of a young scholar. I will draw strength from there to speak again.
This is a little, creepy. There's no hands on Twitch, no cap. Chat guy, how you doing, brother? I would say that that is a big cuppa, but I really appreciate the compliment nonetheless, bro. I got out of the crypto game just before everything went fucking wrong. Chat guy, also thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, brother. And in Germany, for some reason, they get caught. I have some excuses and been late discharged again.
As
Who
the
gets
heat
caught?
around you fades, the desperate memory returns. It claws at you, trying to take hold, then slips away completely.
Right. This is a... Okay, so here's the research notes. Let's quickly see here. Notes on the armor of the Devourer, crafted in the ancient empire between 400 and 500 AR, but not by the empire. No. To bring a new ruler to their proper ascension, it was forged by a lizard who named herself the Outlaw Empress, exiled from the nobility for the warped turn of her jaw. What petty madness, but I will benefit. There are 5 pieces in total: gauntlets, sabatons, leggerts, helmet, and a chest plate. I have recovered the gauntlets, but a strange sensation washes over me when I hold them. A voice calls to me in the dark, burning like... No matter. I uncovered some etchings of the Outlaw Empress's cult. She served as the voice of the dragon. Her cultists used a flaming arrowhead symbol to mark their secret gathering places. I wonder what else they may be hiding. Either way, it seems I would require a fire rune to open the true path. Latex, thank you so much for the prime time. Did really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chat guy, I really appreciate that, bro. The bear was predicted, which is the only reason why I'm still holding. Personally, from what I've been able to gather, I'm definitely no longer a huge chat guy, you bastard. Thanks for the what's up, really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The reason I've sold all of my crypto is I no longer believe crypto... I don't believe crypto to be ready to actually deliver on the promises that it claims it can make. All right, what do we have? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Target is too far. I can't get out. Let's see if I can delay my turn a little. When all markets tank, all markets tank. Well, that's the thing for me, at least. When you look at, am I going to be able to stand behind him? No. God, can I stand here? Do you think that'll miss me? Let's hope. Nope. Well, that sucks a little. Bro, what the fuck? Just attack him one more. Easy. What did I was saying something. Now I can't remember what the fuck I was saying. Oh yes, about the crypto thing. Yeah, so crypto is supposed to be, at least this is the promise, right? It's supposed to be this form of currency that can be controlled by no one, and that is supposed to bring freedom to everyone. The problem, as far as I can tell, is that that's not true yet. Right now, all I see when I look at crypto is the only way for you to get rich with crypto is
no thanks.
Hoping that there's someone else stupid enough to buy your crypto once you're ready to sell it. Because that's how they get rich. Yeah, you're basically buying crypto. The only reason anyone buys crypto. Faye the Pally, you bastard. Thank you so much, Steven. I did really appreciate that. 7 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The only reason anyone buys crypto is so that they can sell it again. So you're effectively buying the crypto, hoping that there's another idiot that's willing to pay more for your crypto than what you were willing to pay for it. So what this means is, if you're first, you get to make a lot of money. However, if you're lost, you lose a lot of money. Because you're going to be the one standing with your dick in your hand, incapable of selling the shit that you just bought. Now, if we could get cryptocurrencies, this is actually something that I would love to see. If there was a cryptocurrency that tried, at least to some extent, to tie itself to gold, for example, that would probably go a long way. Because then it's tied to something tangible, right? And it has actual value then.
Among the long-crumbled remains of the temple that must have once sheltered his shrine, the stone effigy of a god seems to invite you to put your hands in his.
Yes, but Mr. Bongi, this is my question. It's going up in value how? How? What makes Bitcoin go up in value? So if you say that it's an asset class, okay? Why does, let's use a simple example, why does Apple's stock go up? That's also an asset, right? You're buying Apple stock. Why does the stock go up? Because Apple is probably making more money. Apple sales increased. Apple came out with a new iPhone that they're soon to be releasing, so the stock goes up because the company is about to increase in value. The stock is directly tied to the company that is making money. Bitcoin is tied to nothing. The only reason Bitcoin's value is actually increasing is because there's a bunch of other people that believe its value should go up. But it's not actually tied to anything. That value is, well, basically in the mind of the people that own it. It's not tied to profits. It's not tied to a business. It can't be used to make anything. It's literally just it's a thing that we all collectively. It's the emperor's clothes. It's effectively what it is. It's the emperor's clothes. Because none of us believe the emperor is naked. The emperor isn't naked. But that's just because we believe the emperor isn't naked. Yes, supply and demand only works as long as there's people who believe in the system. Because in general, supply and demand works because there's an underlying value to the thing being supplied and the demand that is created through it. So for example, why does peanut butter have a price? Why is it that peanut butter costs whatever the fuck it costs? Because peanut butter has a as an inherent value. It is the sum of all the ingredients that go into making a tub of peanut butter. And there's a bunch of people that like peanut butter that wants to buy it, that is willing to take the value of the peanut butter and pay for said value. Now, the price or the value of the peanut butter is reliant on reaching some kind of agreement between those that demand the peanut butter and those that supply the peanut butter, right? So if you came out with peanut butter that costs $12 a tub, I wouldn't buy it. I like peanut butter, but I don't like it that much. So you're basically gonna ruin your own peanut butter. You're gonna have to reach a price where you pay for all of the ingredients that go into making the peanut butter and make a profit, and I'm willing to pay the profit that you make on top of everything else that you pay to make the peanut butter. But there's an inherent value there because the peanut butter is tangible. I can touch it, I can see it, I can taste it. It's there. Bitcoin has no such inherent value. The only thing that gives it value is the fact that we all agree that it must have value. If there's one thing that I think crypto did that is absolutely brilliant, I don't hate crypto purely because crypto did something that I think a lot of people are still struggling to figure out, but they should. It's not that crypto is good and that money is bad. It's that money is exactly like crypto. When we moved the dollar off the gold standard, we effectively created a cryptocurrency. The only reason a dollar is worth a dollar is because you and I agree that a dollar is worth a dollar. But there's no inherent value to the dollar. There's nothing that you can't claim that this dollar is worth anything, because it's only worth that something because both of us believe it's worth that something. This is why inflation, for the most part, is all in the mind. We believe that the currency is getting worse, so therefore the currency is getting worse because we're not willing to spend money because we think the currency is getting worse. So the currency is getting worse because we don't want to spend money because we think the currency is going to get worse. There is variations of this, of course. There is such a thing as supply side inflation, which is literally what we've had with people not being able to supply the products that we need, but that is usually short-lived. The problem is usually the long-term one, which is demand side inflation, which is where people just think the currency is bad, therefore I won't buy anything, and then the currency goes bad because no one wants to spend money on anything. If anything, cryptocurrency have revealed just how bad our own currencies are. I mean, yeah, that's at least my opinion. I think that one thing that should be used from Bitcoin is the blockchain. I don't mind the technology. I agree with you. I think the technology has a lot of really good applications. And I do actually think that the technology is important.
Careful. Careful now. I spotted a trap. That's a trap.
Oof. Wow. Don't fucking walk in that, please. My savings and solid bars of peanut butter. I can't think of a better way to fucking
lucky
do that.
Find.
That is a lucky find indeed. Let's add that to wares. I'm gonna need this crate, aren't I? It's a reinforced crate. This means that...
Back, Quackus! Our shield has gone mad!
If it's reinforced...
Careful. I spotted a trap.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop these traps first, I think. Wait a second. Let's see if we can move a little... Wow, that did hurt slightly. Alright, we've done it. Fuck it. Fuck those traps. I think I know where I need to move this. Huh. Nice. Let's go down. Oh. You can eat it, you can trade it, you can burn it as fuel. Can you burn peanut butter as fuel though? What am I doing in here though? Guys, why am I in here? Like, there must be some reason for it. What's in here? Oh. Oh! Huh. Would you look at that? No, you guys are not helping at all. Upon this page is drawn a blueprint of a tomb or vault of some sort. Underneath the drawing, words are scribbled seemingly at random. The words illusions and Brachus Rex are circled multiple times, and an arrow points to a particular room. The words soul jars are written along the length of the arrow in tiny letters. Father Pally, would you risk your car to use the oil and peanut butter in a diesel engine? Like, if you had a diesel car, would you actually risk your car's engine to make it work? I don't know if it's... I don't think it's labeled secret passage or secret tunnel. Okay, there's a lever here, which clearly is necessary for us to do stuff in, but... Okay, this is Huntsman... Identify this, please. Huntsman goes to Sybil. Put in someone else's car and watch the magic happen. If I was so broke that I had to consider it. But Father Pally, if you're wrong... fuck your car. Would you still risk it? But an orc... Yeah, but orcs aren't real. Sure, if you knew an orc, I'm sure that would be fine. But none of us knows an orc, so it wouldn't really help. Oh my god, another crafting Bible. Do not mind if I do. More recipes to learn. Thank you. 10 new recipes learned. That's just biodiesel. People run cars off that. Some guys go around collecting used fryer oil, strain out the solid bits, and run their cars off of it. On the internet, nobody knows you are an orc. Human. Just go to Britain. There are plenty. I'm deconspiring myself. Aragast. What? I think you're high, bro. I think this entire chat is a little bit fucked, to be honest. Weapon crafting. Read. Wait, what? Fuck it, we'll pick it up. Maybe I can combine that with something later. Orcs have a Cockney British accent? Do they, though?
Something seemed to move into place.
Yeah, I heard something move too. I just don't know what. But I'm assuming we're gonna be fighting soon. Okay, guys, what did we just open? We definitely opened something. Maybe we opened this door. No, that door was open the whole time. Let's talk to this mouse first. What faction in 40k would you join? Is it Nurgle? No. If I were to join any faction, I would probably go for Slanesh if it was Chaos. Like, if we're gonna do Chaos, probably Slanesh. I mean, at least there you're gonna get 6, right? I wouldn't do Nurgle because it's fucking disgusting. Stronger yield potion. Sloan, how was dinner? It was you that left for dinner, right? No, fuck Nurgle, bro. Oh my god, wait. I think there's load shedding. Let's just see what happens if load shedding gets fucking announced, bro. Give us a minute. Therian, you bastard with a tier 2 sub. 6 months in a row. I fucking love you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Adeptus Custodes are the best. To death. Well, you would have lots of sex, but I don't know if you would be the one doing the fucking. Maybe Slanesh is a bottom, bro. You never know. Have you asked Slanesh if she's a top or a bottom? If you haven't opened that door by the rat, you should. It's a really cool Easter egg. Wait, I'm just checking quickly to see load shedding. So there's a chance that stage 2 load shedding is coming today. Oh, that's gonna make tomorrow a fuck up to stream. I hate my life so much. Dude, I fucking hate this. Ask the rat if he's being sarcastic.
Sarcastic? Me? Not at all. I'd never be sarcastic, me. Oh, no. Not in the least. I do not. I sound perfectly normal. Obviously.
Ratus perfidus.
The rat gives you a desperate look. Help me.
He still sounds sarcastic. Ask him if he's able to tell the truth without sarcasm or irony.
The rat opens its mouth to speak. Can't say anything. So it nods its head, then shakes its head, then nods it again.
Then ask the rat if it is somehow constrained by nature or magic, never to tell the truth.
The rat tries to nod its head and fails. It tries to shake its head and fails. Its head ends up doing a strange, jerking diagonal movement that could mean anything.
Okay.
This is not frustrating, and you are not a clever creature, not having rumbled my quandary. Get me?
The rat makes a face that says, well, duh.
Ask what may cure its affliction.
The rat gives you a grave and meaningful look, inviting you to listen carefully.
Okay.
I don't think the problem is in my head, and further to that, I don't think the problem could be unscrambled by the use of sauce.
I could place it. Okay.
I can categorically state that a short, sharp shock with something of a magical persuasion would absolutely not solve my problem immediately. And I do not invite you to look at the subtext in what I just said.
Matel, how you doing, brother? Raingrad, how you doing, fam? Leisure Highborn on Terra or a named Space Marine? I do not invite you to look at the subtext in what I just said. Alright, you say, you'll see what you can do. You don't know what subtext is, or you don't care, but they're at good day. Magic would kill it. Gently wish the rat a long and happy life, then turn away. Wow, no.
The rat breathes a long sigh of relief, closes its eyes, and steels itself for what's coming.
Yeah, I can't help you right now, bro. Let me first go get some sauce. I don't have sauce at the moment. I'll help you, but only once I have sauce. Where the fuck am I supposed to find sauce at the moment? Wait, how do I get that? The fuck? There must be a way. I guess not. No, source. How do you... Wait, can you also not lie? What a weird and stupid fucking room.
You approach a decrepit well and stare down into its toothless black mouth. No sooner has your head crossed the rim than weak voices begin to echo from the depths.
Thirst, dry throats, drink, water, water.
The well remains as dark and dry as it was, and still the voices beg for water.
Okay, maybe... Can we let it rain? Will that work? Yeah, buddy. I think that
The well
works.
is now filled to the brim with fresh, cool water, but what it has brought to the surface quickly evaporates any wish you may have had to quench your own thirst. You see the tangled remains of 3 corpses, a mixed mass of bones and skin from which 3 skulls protrude. They address you in unison, their voices a drone-like blend.
Funny how Akko's logic is exactly how Sinesh get you. What? The fact that I want to fuck? I'm still amazed at the news' accomplishments. He's been a Warcraft lore addict since like 2006, and he got me to be disinterested in the lore in a year. I mean, he is phenomenal at that, right? Fun and games. Still your dick falls? Or it's ripped off. Jesus.
We thank you for the water. We bless you for the water. We thank you for the end of torment.
Say that it was your pleasure. True thirst is a horror. Ask them who their torment was.
The king, Brachus Rex, the madman with the crown.
Chat guy, I am not your typical South African. Most South Africans are not like me. So you guys don't have to worry about that. I think I am slightly more dirty-minded than most South Africans. I fucking can't help myself, bro. Like, I will sit in a perfectly decent and well-meaning conversation, and people will say things that just immediately become sexual in my mind. Like, just instantly, I can hear the innuendo from the shit that they're saying. If you want source, you need either an infinite source of it, an item, or a skill, which I don't think you have at the moment. I don't have the skill, I do not have the purging wand, and I'm really hoping that he has some kind of source thing here. I do have... Actually, I have one thing that I can use. I have a container with a soul... I have a soul jar that still has a soul inside of it. So if needs be, I can always consume that soul. Or you could go for a Chaos Army that aren't actual Chaos Worshippers, like the Night Lords, Alpha Legion, or Iron Warriors. How would they not be... How can they be Chaos Armies but not Chaos Worshippers? Wonder why Brachus Rex punished them so horribly.
Wrath and terror. We displeased the king. The truth we spoke. His fortune told. No divinity would he be. And so he entangled our bodies and cursed our throats. Smoked the brothers of Baladur.
So that was our bodies, then cursed our throats. Smoked the brothers of Baladur.
We thank you for the water. We bless you for the water. We ask you for a fare.
Ask what the fare is they're asking for.
The fare, the toll, the levy. The people of Baladur must be buried with coin. Coin for the pathkeeper that leads the dead to the kingdom beyond.
It's called being Chaos Undivided, meaning you're just Chaos, but not to any one god. The Chaos gods trying to fight each other for those Space Marines all the time. But the Space Marines just choose not to worship any of them. Easy. I don't know you could choose that, though.
Spare us coin. Grant us coin. The more you pay, the further the pathkeeper takes us. Ancient things cling to our bones like earth to roots. They will be yours. For coin. For coin.
I'll pay you fair.
Savior. Friend of death and fiend of life. How much will you give?
Are we gonna pay all of it? I think I'm gonna pay all of it. League of Legends develops an MMO. Warhammer 40k would also do something like that. Dude, if Warhammer 40k came out with an MMO, I would lose my fucking shit. Noel personally wanted the Iron Hands. He sent an envoy to their ship one time, and Perturabu said, "Nah, bruh, you look nasty as fuck, bro. Get the fuck off my ship." Easy. If you are Chaos Undivided, you usually get left alone by the gods' bullshittery. But you're still Chaos. How do you resist the gods? They're quite strong, aren't they?
We thank you again. We bless you again. The wealth of the depths is yours. Pathkeeper, keep us. Pathkeeper, guide us. To the long-awaited kingdom we will go.
The other gods see it as stealing from them if one messes with you. They have more important things to do than fuck with you in the warp.
Laden with a burden of the coin you gave them, the brothers of Balador sink back to the bottom of the well. Whether they will find their kingdom or languish in the dark, wet depths forever, you cannot foretell.
Dude, the Chaos Gods are weird as fuck. Okay, we got a bunch of things here. I still don't know what this is. A word of advice to the unarmed. Find a stick or a branch, tie a sharp piece of rock to one end, or do the same with a sharp piece of metal. Now you've got a simple axe. You're no longer unarmed. Okay. What is this? Careful cord. 2 constitution, 1 retribution, 1 bartering. Oh, I have a question for anyone that makes me want to play. Seven, how you doing? This game is so fucking cool. The red shit police guy from the video, Chaos Undivided, are just helping. Whoever wrote 40k story is fucking nuts. Agreed. I have a question for people who play Divinity Original Sin. Your followers' talents, like their attributes, or rather, let's say their civil abilities, does that count towards yours as well? So say, for example, you have one of your followers that's high in bartering. Do you get off on the same prices as well, or it's not shared? Dude, that is such a mind fuck, though. Because effectively what this means is you need to have one character for you have to barter with that character. Oh, Prince Melina, you're still here? No prices are shown for a person who is speaking to the vendor. So you need one character that loots things, another character that fucking barters things, another character that does persuasion. Ah, it's so much micromanagement, dude. So much micromanagement. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Who doesn't have a belt? You've got a shit belt. Maybe we can give you a good belt. Yeah, you take the good belt. There you go, bro. If you want to win max, yes. I think your English is good. I played Divinity 2 with only 1 char. So much more fun. I hated micromanaging. Dude, why would you play it with just 1 char? Isn't that, like, really fucking hard? Yeah, that is true. But micromanagement and Oxygen Not Included is actually fun. Okay, so we could bless this. I really hope I don't need these soul jars. Oh, I hope I don't need the soul jar. Mother of all things that's fucking good and holy. I hope I don't need the soul jar.
The jar seems quieter now. It sits still. For just a moment, Source swirls around you, and then, with a whisper, it cascades into your body. You feel light as the power of the universe fills your being. You feel your spirit jolt, and for a heartbeat, you're looking through other eyes. You see a dungeon and a table shared with 2 other skeletons before you collapse. When you open your eyes, you're back in your old body, senses buzzing with newly found Source power.
Why, thank ya. I've just absorbed another soul, bro. I mean, English isn't my first language either. Checking out the Warlock trees today. Tranky Tiger, yeah. I'm still planning to do a lot of things today. Okay, here we go.
Dead. I suspect that's what it wanted all along.
Wait, what the fuck? Dude, I just wasted a soul on this shit? That can't be right. That can't be fucking right. Did I do this wrong? Was there a way to save him? It is Brackus Regs. He does not. He does do shit like this. True. Ah, that's sad, bro. I was hoping I could save the fucking asshole. Okay, now I don't know how I'm gonna get through here though. Well, who the?
You have done me a great service.
Ah.
Now, allow me to help you. The source barrier that blocks your way. I still have enough power to allow you entry.
Dude, how's he not gone yet?
It shall be done then.
Thanks, bro. I think that's the end of him. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're about to go into fucking war mode over here. Okay, let's just do a save here because I think war is a-coming. Chain Lightning, that's for Aerithod. I'm not one, but I think Fane is gonna be one. I've never played the first one. Oh, Sebi, how you doing, brother? That's a badger, but the air is hot and thick. Where's that, Princess Melina? Sebi, it's fucking fantastic. Have you ever played this? Ooh, Fane can use that. Let's identify this. Okay. Poison damage. I don't need this. Never played, but heard it's great. So, Sebi, I'll give you a silly example of something that I just did. That will sort of sum up what the whole game is about. I just got to this well, right? And in this well, there's voices. And the voices tell you that they're thirsty. They need a drink. Now, from there, there's multiple ways to actually do this. So, if you really wanted to help the voices, but you didn't have a rain spell, which I happen to have, you could go to, like, teleport to another place, go grab a bucket, lower it into the well, and this is literally what happens. Whenever you click on a well, it actually opens a menu where you can combine things. So you take a rope and you take a bucket and you combine them, and that lowers the bucket into the well to bring up water. Then, of course, you can take the bucket of water, come back to the well in this building, and throw the bucket into the well, and then the story continues. Or you can just use a spell, like the rain spell here, or if you have water balloons, you can use a water balloon on the well. That will serve the same thing. Like, there's at any given point in the game, there's like a million different ways to solve certain problems. The best way, though, is violence. When in doubt, just use violence. It's very fucking creative. It's stupidly creative. In first game, there is a similar situation. After an attack on town, one ship is on fire. You can cast rain spell to put it out, the fire, and you get a reward. Nice. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'd rather ask. You want a tip for that rat? You didn't waste sauce? Raingrad, yes, please. Raingrad, what's the tip? Sebi, literally, almost every single choice you get in the game provides you with, at the minimum, 3 possible solutions. Violence against party A, violence against party B, or violence against everyone. At least those 3 options are available in almost every single choice that you get in this game. But it is overwhelming. That is actually true. The amount of choices makes it very difficult, because if you're interested in completing the game, so if you're like me, bit of a completionist, you want to 100% the game, you can't 100% this game. 2 ghosts at the end of Act 1? Oh, shit. Fuck! No! Okay, I'm gonna have to... Motherfucking cunt, bro. I'm gonna go... I'll do that. I forgot I have the spirit thing. Where is it again? I can't remember where it is. The fuck? Why can't I remember where my spirit thing is? Oh, nice staff. Let's identify this one. Wow. Wow. Well, hello. I shall absolutely make use of this. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have to go on a little trip, ladies and gentlemen. A little trip. Actually, Fane could probably use... Does Fane not have a purging wand? No. Sadly, no. Right. This fucking thing is so OP, man. Let's get, I guess, air damage. We'll use air damage. Okay, before I continue, I think, before I continue, I need to go find Source. I don't have a purging wand, so... No. Yeah, but I don't have Purge yet as an ability. Like, I've not unlocked the Purge ability yet. Wait, where's my... Did I lose the ability to see dead people? No, I don't have an ability to see dead people. When do I get the ability to see dead people? End of Act 1. Right, I don't think I'm at the end of Act 1 yet. I'm gonna have to come back here if I can. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get back here. Okay, let's quickly open this one. Silver cup. We can sell this. Thank you. Oh my god, there's so many things to fucking loot. Sloan, you'll be surprised how far I am, actually. I started playing yesterday. I am effectively done. I literally just discovered this area because I was going over the map and there was like a giant black area on the map still. Okay. How much do you guys want to bet this place is fucking cursed?
Too heavy.
Yep. Hands of the Tyrant. No. Wait, this place isn't cursed? Hey. Did I miss anything here? So many things to do and change at City Hall and police station. I moved in January and I was lucky because my dad's brother has a Kai truck, so I didn't have to pay much. Kia truck. Okay. Chat. 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 I think we're done here. I don't know if there's anything else that we need to do in here. I don't think so. But I have so many questions. I'm so unhappy with everything that I did here. I'm definitely unhappy with everything here. Because I still have this bitch that's alive and not dead. How do I kill her permanently? There must be a way. I've done everything in this room as well. Doesn't seem like there's anything left. See if we kill her again, if that actually makes a difference. Oh no, she's dead. Oh no way. We did something right. We killed her. I'm Jam Jam, how you doing? Alright, chat. I think we're done with this island. Oh, your sauce. Thank you. I've got sauce. And there's a quest on this guy, right? Wait, where's the guy that has a quest on him again? It's this guy that has the quest on him. Now, I think I can get to him. Actually, I'm fairly certain I can get to him. It's just gonna... This is gonna take a while. Okay, so teleport. Her.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Someone spoke. I heard someone speak. What trap? Where the fuck did you see a trap?
Careful now, that's a trap.
Alright, there is a trap there, but why can't I click on it? What does the trap do? Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind, never mind. Ooh, that almost fucking hurt. Okay, let's move him over too. Oh shit, I'm running them. Fuck. What do you want to ask, Princess Melina? Oh, Sloan wants to borrow to move. Isn't moving rather cheap though, almost everywhere? Tizzy, what rules are you looking for? There's not many rules here. The only real rules here is don't be a cunt, effectively. I mean, easy enough to follow, I would argue. Okay, Okay, now we need to remove the gloves from this bro. And maybe give them to Fane. Let's give Fane some of these gloves. Okay, so Fane's gonna have those gloves. Fane, you're gonna bring him over to this side. Hello. Sup, fam? I think we're gonna need this again, so we'll let's just rest a little.
Careful.
Oh, for the love of fuck, you guys. What are you doing? There's a hatch
Careful.
here.
Careful
I've
now.
spotted a trap.
That's a trap.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you doing? Wow. They're just stepping on traps as far as they go. These guys are fucking useless.
The flames! Douse the flames!
Oh, he's not happy. What is in this? Let's go to this hatch quickly. Let's just check this out. All right. Can't go there. Can't go there. There's nothing here. I'm assuming I just need to get to this guy anyways. I do not know how else to open these gates. So that kind of fucking blows. There must be a thing that I'm missing. No? Wow, you guys are so fucking terrible. I must be missing something. Wait a minute, how much time I spent on this puzzle, but there are a few ways to do it. I think if you think out of the box. Yeah, I'm just not sure how. Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So, I know I can stand on this thing, right? I know I can stand on this pressure plate. Maybe if I stand on all of the pressure plates, that gate opens up? Maybe? Okay, let's fucking try this. This is gonna hurt like a little slot bag, but let's try it. Where's that click? There was a click.
It won't stop!
Hello? Oh, there. Okay, now you stand on this. Good job. Good job. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, they have to stay there? I guess so. Wait, there's another one actually here. I think there's a clicky here as well. So now that everyone is standing on a clicky bit, why are you moving off the fucking click? Oh, for fuck's sake. Opens the gate. Okay, I need to find something that I can...
I spotted a trap.
Put... Okay, that one shoots things. So... where's the fucking... chat, this is horrible. Kendra, how you doing, by the way? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the person in chat. Really appreciate it. Oh, this would be nice. A reinforced crate would be nice. There's a rat here too that we need to quickly talk to. Let's find out what the...
lost. Also, you look slightly evil. And you look kinda dangerous, so I immediately wish I hadn't just called you evil. Don't hurt me. I can't help myself.
It can't help itself. Ask what it means by that.
It's a curse. Or possibly a reorganization of the string inside me brain. I'm only able to tell the truth, and I can't stop telling the truth.
Ask if you can help.
Yes, I think you can, yes. A short, sharp shock of something magical will untangle the wool in my head, and I'll be free to lie all I want.
Clarify, it wants you to use magic on it. Won't that risk killing it?
I'd rather hoped you know the answer to that. It's your power to wield, after all. I have faith in you, for all your many manifest flaws. I can't! Help me, please! Oh, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! You're not as mean as you look stupid.
It closes its eyes, steels itself.
Okay, I don't have sauce, so literally not much I can do here. I don't have any sauce on me. I do have sauce, but I think I need the sauce for that other guy to put him out of his misery. By the way, is it breaking the rules if I write in Japanese in chat account? No, but you know, if it makes you feel good, go for it. I don't really mind. Like, if chat's busy as shit, I'll tell you to stop. Otherwise, yeah, I don't mind. Dude, what the fuck? I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Is there something over here? There's a chest. That's why I wanted to get to this side. But I need to... Oh, shit. Ooh. Okay, that makes clicky clicky. I think I'm gonna have to... Yes. Am I correct in saying I'm probably gonna have to move the crate? Wow. Get fucking wrecked, bro. Fine, get off there. Okay, now we can get out. We can all get out. You're very welcome. I can't believe that missed the companions. Dude, I can't believe what the fuck is going on here. Like, I'm almost certain I'm in the wrong place. I'm also getting completely wrecked here. How am I supposed to get to the other side? Probably just gonna use a teleport skill. Like... Oops. I used the one guy that... Ah, never mind. Fuck it. Sure, it's fine. Oh! Oh! Okay, what wand is this? Intelligence creates a one-second ice surface when targeting terrain. Oh yeah, I do that, Mr. Juicer. I do that already. Is it good to have 2 water? Remember, but that extra intellect is really good. So we'll use that anyways. Ice can be amazing, or the bane of your existence. Yeah, but if you combine your boots with nails, you can't slip. You're immune to slipping then, which is the greatest thing I have ever found in my fucking life. I didn't know that that was a thing, and it's made my life so much better just knowing that. Okay, fuck. I think I need... These gloves need to go to the Raid Prince. The Raid Prince now needs to give me these gloves back, and then he needs to take the gloves of teleportation. And now we can use beast to bring him back to us. Thank you. We've done it. Oh, yeah, you don't have to... I also... This is one of the nice things about having chat around. I wonder... Wait, I want to see something. No, that's gonna explode. Which of these pressure plates will open this door? There has to be a pressure plate for this door, no? Oh, there's some sauce right there. Oh, then what the fuck am I doing? Let's go save the rat.
It's done! Brilliant!
Ask the rat if the magic worked.
No, it didn't.
The rat gives you a mischievous look, holds it for a long moment, then...
Ah! See? It totally worked! I can lie again.
With a new bounce in its tail, the rat wanders away.
Okay, this is not... Cheeky little fucker, this rat. None of this is helpful. Because I need to know which of these open that door. So this middle one opens this door. And that makes sense to me. What I'm not sure about is if maybe in order to open that door, you need to do something in this room? Because I can't really know. Maybe this one. Fuck. Am I gonna have to try and get to this room? Think so. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go into this room. Let's see. I don't have a telekinesis ring, but I do have telekinesis talented. Can I can't go down here, but maybe I can teleport my people. Ow. Ow. Okay. Now. Wait, fuck, what am I doing? Let's go check first. What the fuck did I just do? Something just happened. What just happened?
The flames! Douse the flames!
I think I know what just happened, but I think in order to open this door, I need to be on this. Oh my god. Let's just say it on stream. No. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it, bro. Oh, wait. I didn't even see that. Kendro, thanks. For fuck's sake. Wait. No. Don't fret. Chat, don't fret. I've got this. Oh, fuck off.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Ooh. So this skull actually, I think, opens doors. If I'm not mistaken. These skulls open the doors. Because he did say the doors are opened with something he's never seen before. Huh. Where else can I find such a fucking skull? There has to be different ways of finding skulls like this. Let's try. I don't want to try it on that door. I only have the one. So let's see. Let's go back here. I think I spent 2+ hours there. Dude, this is what makes this game so fucking nuts. Is the fact that there's so many options for things that you can do. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there she goes. Now I have to fucking... Now I have to swap. Ah, this is so much work, dude. This is so much fucking effort. Let's go Fane. Now Fane, you use this ability on him. Bring him down here. Now Fane, take back your fucking gloves. And you take back those gloves. Let's go, fam. Hey, Speedy Love. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind.
These skulls crumble to dust after one use.
Oh, it's a fucking good thing I didn't open the other door with that skull.
Well, that doesn't look ominous at all.
What?
Why do I get the feeling we'll be on the other side of it in a moment?
Yeah, we are gonna go through. Don't you worry about that. Just not sure who's gonna go through there. It feels like you have a limited amount of stuff. Like, do they actually give you enough keys to get through this whole thing? Speedy, how you doing? Thanks for the first chat. Really appreciate that. My Japanese comes mostly from anime, Japanese movies, Japanese cooking. Mr. Bongi, you bastard, with the 5 community subs. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, hots in chat. 5 of you motherfuckers have subs now. It's only right that you say thank you. Most of it can be avoided with ingenuity. Yeah, I don't have lots of ingenuity, but fuck it. We'll figure it out, I guess, as we go. Right. Go in there.
Well.
Huh. Hello? Oh, shit. I think you need 2 people here, do you? Oh, no. So what does this do? Ha 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 ha! Give me my skull, bitch.
This gargoyle flares its lichenous nostrils as you draw near.
Master would be impressed.
Wait, Urobas sounds familiar from the Dragonite saga. Gargoyle said the master would be impressed. Well, I am your master, bitch. But I'm not done. I need to... Actually, fuck, wait. Let's do this. Give me a moment. Let's move this one to me. Move this one to me. Then use teleport on him. Get him up here. Bring him back. Let's swap back. Let's give him his gloves back. Now you go in there. Now you go back in there. See, you guys are together again. Like you never left, brother. Go and loot that fucking skeleton over there. Apocalypse, is it really that fucking hot? Wow, that was not worth it. This was definitely not worth it. Is there anywhere else we can teleport to? Blank fire skill book. Let's pick up the fucking dagger. Why don't we? Okay, bring me back, Vane. I've had enough of this shit. Wait, Princess Melina, do you not like the weebs? What's wrong? I thought Japanese people love weebs. Right now we all have to go down again. Space Marine, thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Heard even Japanese people don't like weebs. You know, I have a friend that told me the same thing. They're not fond of the weebs. I don't blame them though. The weebs. I'm not talking about people who just like anime stuff. I'm talking about people who like properly get all weird around Japanese people. Like, you do get people that get all manner of fucking strange. Wait, what the hell am I missing? Oh yeah.
It's been cursed.
Oh fuck. I forgot. Let's not do that again. I read that there is a huge cult following of American cowboys in Japan, though, which threw me off. I think there's a huge, like, thing for Western guys in general in Japan, to be honest. I think Japan is, like, the most westernized Asian nation. Westaboos? Yeah, they're real. Is that what they're called? Westaboos. These would be Asian or Japanese Japanese people that are obsessed with Western people.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
Why does it suck?
Another skull crumbled to bits.
Okay, so this guy... Oh, fuck. Of course. Of course we'll have a war. Why shall we not have a war? Will any of my diseases actually work on these fucks? You know what? I'm gonna do us all a favor here and just drop some rain.
Glory is mine.
See if we can't douse some of these flames. What the?
Fire! It burns! It won't stop!
Okay. Never mind, I guess. Dude, where am I supposed to land? You know what? Hello! Yoo-hoo! Pierces the enemy's physical armor and directly deals 52 piercing damage. States bleeding if the enemy has no physical armor.
Prepare yourself!
Sup, slut. He's been sleeping. My big Japanese goats would be Akira, Hideo, Takeshi, Harada, Oda, and recently Yoshi P. Yoshi P is very cool. This is very true. Okay, let's smack him right in the dick, shall we? Wait. How did he get healed? I just fucking healed him. Hello? It's got 200%. No, but they should only get healed. Wow, I'm quite annoyed by this, actually. I think fire heals them.
Get back! Fire! None of you may approach it! It won't stop!
Okay, now I need you. Oh my god. I'm gonna save us all a lot of time. I'm gonna send you to your... Go.
I'll yield to none.
Good man. And then you just walk like a little slut over there. 100%, they heal from the damage. It is a little annoying, not gonna lie. They choose rallying. What target character regenerates vitality, magic armor according to the number of allied characters and totems in their vicinity. Okay, I don't really need that. So let's just do this. Wait, what just happened? Maria the Pigeon, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. 7 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so awesome to see one of my favorite streamers playing Divinity Original Sin 2. Hey, where are you at, and would you like help tip if, with any fight? I do not mind tips at all. Although, as of yet, I've not really, like, at least I don't think I've done anything difficult enough. Dude, my guy can do no damage here. But yeah, if I need help, I'll definitely ask.
It burns! It won't stop!
Oh wow, this, okay, that one does so much fucking damage. I'm pretty sure I can't go up there. Maybe I can, I could probably, yeah, fuck it, go up. We're watching right now. Nicole Fuzzy, how you doing? Thanks for the first time chat, really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see if we can knock him down.
Prepare yourself.
Done and done. What do you mean, what are you watching? You're watching Divinity Original Sin. Does the... Wow. If there was a game for...
Will burn me forever.
Useless. I don't know if it's useless. We'll see. You can never trust anything in this fucking game. But I mean, if there was a game that looked like this, and that was Game of Thrones, I would actually play the shit out of that. Can you imagine playing a game like this in the world of Game of Thrones? In Westeros. Now, I'm pretty sure saving him is going to require me to bless him. So let's soak up the source point and then talk to him.
Flames! I cannot quench them! It burns!
Oh, that must suck, dude. He's been burning alive, so let's bless him.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
That did fuck all? What?
The flames!
No. Dude, what? I just wasted a source point on this son of a bitch. And that does not...
Ah, fire! It burns! It won't stop!
I did it the wrong way round. Mother of all things fucking holy. And I don't have any more source points, I don't think. Yeah, there's no more source points here. At least not what I can see. I'm gonna have to reload. This sucks a little. But I'm gonna have to reload. Oh my god, last time we... Oh my god. How would I not need Blaze, Ringrad? How else would you do this?
Prepare yourself.
Wait, what? Oh, never mind. Back to later with the source. It won't despawn. Yeah, I know it won't despawn, but I want to do it now. I have an idea for what I need to do. I just haven't, like, figured it out entirely, but I do have an idea for what to do. So let's go land over here, and let's just fucking wreck him, shall we? Wait, maybe... Okay, that helped. Never done this part, so I'm as clueless as you are. I want to figure it out. Like, there must be something to do. He's immune to fire, but he won't say anything. Oh yeah, I can't fucking... Like, no point in even trying to...
Get back!
Fucking attack this
Marcus
guy.
Rex has decreed none of you may approach him!
Fire! It burns! It won't stop!
I'm already quite sure of what I need to do in order to help him. At least I think I know what I need to do to help him. Alright. Fuck it, we'll just in-turn here. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Fucking in-turn. The green thing atop the stairs? What green thing? Oh, this. That's poison. Definitely do not fucking touch that.
It burns! It won't stop!
Oh my Jesus. This guy kind of fucked me now. Are the braziers lightable? They are, but I'm not sure if the braziers being lit is necessary. Might be. Alright, these things are healing so fucking much. Oh, that's because every second they're in this godforsaken fire, they heal. And they're also doing quite a little bit of damage. Okay, I need you to now, like, go deal some big dick damage, please. Oh, shit! Man packs a fucking punch. Easy. Okay, let's save now. Ugh. Saving. Okay, let's see. We have to figure out... There must be a way to see how to save him.
Will burn me forever!
The only thing I can think of, because it has to be water. It has to be water, but maybe you need to bless the water. Maybe you need to bless it. Because the braziers are already lit, I think. We can try lighting the braziers to see if that makes a difference. I'm not sure. Yeah, that literally does nothing.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
You want me to use frost armor on him? Yeah, that did nothing. But let's see if this works. If we make it rain, maybe we can blaze the water.
The flames! I can't...
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, the blessing of the water didn't do shit.
The flames! Douse the
What do you mean,
flames!
whiteface Asian features? Prince Vanilla, what does that mean? He wants the flames to be doused, but I don't know how. He burns with hellfire. Let's examine him quickly. Hellfire, it's permanent. How do I get it away? Poison. He heals 200% with poison. Can it be?
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
Yeah, that meant nothing. Oh my god. Is the poison from being undead? Yeah, but none of this fucking... What am I supposed to do?
Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it. Nothing's changed but for our surroundings. We're still on an island. Perhaps we simply ought to hug the coast in search of a ship.
I'm just lighting the fucking candles around him now. Oh. Douse the flames. I think I know what I need to do. But I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do it. I genuinely don't know how I'm supposed to do it. So, douse the flames.
The flames! Douse the flames!
I need to douse all the flames around him. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Valen, this game is insanely cool. It's so fucking cool. How do you mean I'm overthinking it? I don't know what else to do. I'm just killing all the flames. Because that's the only thing I can think of that I have to do right now. Wait, but steam puts out fire, doesn't it?
Fire.
It removes burning.
Burns. It won't stop.
I think I know what to do. But I'm first gonna just kill all the flames. Yeah, that did nothing. Could the trick be in?
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
Yeah, I can't play shit right now, so we're gonna have to reload and fucking try again. Okay, wait. Let's just do this. That's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna create steam. So that's the first thing. We need to create some steam. Alright, so we've got steam now, right? Then we're gonna teleport this slot straight into the fucking steam. Let him hang out in that steam. And now we're gonna blaze the steam and see if that removes the fucking ever-burning fire. Blaze. No.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
You guys say I'm so close, but...
The flames! I cannot quench them! It burns!
She doesn't say anything. What is she standing on, and why are you standing there? Sybil, why the fuck are you just standing there? Maybe Sybil is a hint? Sybil, get out of there. I think I have an idea. Not that I'm sure how that's gonna work. Sybil has a skill I can use? I don't think Sybil has a skill I can use. If she does have a skill I can use, I'm not seeing it. Blood oil?
The flames! Douse the flames!
If he could just tell me how, that would be great. Like, I don't want to be a dick to him, but he's a fucking asshole. You're a fucking asshole, bro. It can't be this fucking hard, can it? I've already tried putting him on fire again. That did not fucking...
It burns! It won't stop!
Yeah, that did nothing. Don't know if that's gonna work either. But we can fucking try. I'm pretty sure I am overthinking this. Like, fairly certain I am overthinking this.
Fire! It burns! It won't stop!
So close that it hurts. I'm trying to figure out what I could possibly do. It creates smoke, right? When it dies out, it creates smoke. What if we... Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing here. Wait, before we go, get him out of that fucking poison.
Flames! Douse the flames!
Just get him out of the poison, please. Yep. Put him over there. Okay, now let's see if we bless the poison, if that makes a difference. Okay, the poison is blessed now. Like, this has to fucking work. We've just created holy fire, and that still does nothing. Oh my god, dude!
Fire! It burns! It won't stop!
We've just created holy fire. And that didn't do shit. What other fucking... Oh my god, you guys are killing me. You guys are fucking killing me. Unicorn Poop, how you doing? What other liquids? I don't have other liquids. I have water. I have fire, which isn't a fucking liquid. What if you put him on the sauce? Do you think that would work? What if you didn't use the sauce, but you just moved him to the sauce? Now he's sauce infused. What the fuck? And he's still immune to fucking fire. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck is this game? Does it make a difference when he's sauce infused? Like, will he now just automatically make everything better around him? No. Well, we load again. Clearly that's not the way. See, the issue is I don't have any other. Niara, how you doing? I'm from Spy Family. Is I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Did try blood. Yeah. What makes you think blood would work?
Help! The flames will burn me forever!
We could try blood. No, I don't want the answer. Not yet, anyways. Let me just grab the source point. There's two more that I could use. I could use the liquids that I have are oil and then blood. Those are the only ones I have. So I'm gonna have to make him bleed like a bitch. Sybil, you're gonna jump up here and you're gonna do some real fucking damage here. Why are you not bleeding? Wow. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. Maybe stand in front of him. Don't backstab him again. Just need some blood. There's literally no blood. I have an easier way to fucking get blood, bro.
The fire! It's left me weak. I won't last long.
Can I place him now?
You
Easy.
released me, elf.
Fucking hell.
Long have I waited for this moment.
I forgot he was undead. Undead don't bleed. Okay. Question time. You could have done it with Sybil. She can make herself bleed, right? Skulls for the skull throne, baby. Fuck! Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You released me, elf. Actually, it was me, but never mind. Wonder aloud what he did to deserve such punishment.
A dry, rattling laugh rises from the figure's ancient gullet.
It was too easy, but that's the problem with this game. You overthink it the whole time. So he keeps saying douse the flames. And my thinking is, okay, maybe I should douse all of the flames in the room. No, that's not working. And then they throw you off a little bit because they put the source pool there, which really makes you think, okay, the answer is somewhere in the blessing of stuff. And at no point do you think to yourself, wait, blood can douse this? How the fuck?
This was a reward for doing my duty, for fulfilling the wishes of one Brachus Rex. Do you know that name?
A reward? So you've heard of the Mad Source King and seen some of his handiwork around this
The figure
place?
nods grimly.
He did terrible things while trying to master Source, bend it to his will. I had a part in this, I must admit. Perhaps I deserve the flames.
That is true. If there were, like, any hints, that would have helped. But unless you thought of blood and hellfire, there's no way to know. Because there is no hints in the game at all. Ask what part he played in this. Was he a necromancer, a practitioner of dark arts? Say that this Brachus and his ilk have poisoned people's minds against innocent sorcerers.
No, I was a scholar, a librarian. Brachus sought the secrets of Source, but he had no patience for sifting through ancient scrolls and tablets. I unearthed knowledge of a great power within those texts. A great and terrible power. One that Brachus coveted above all.
Oh, shit.
The figure's ruined flesh curls into a scowl.
Long destroyed, surely. Brachus wanted no one to have that knowledge. He fed me to the flames so I'd keep my secret. He'd have no qualms about burning a few scrolls.
Ask what it was that he discovered. Say that he was a fool.
The figure slowly shakes his head.
He's not going to tell us, is he?
I will not say. I spoke of it once and was damned to eternal hellfire for it. Were I to speak of it again, I could damn the whole world.
You know what? I'm sure. But let's see if I can sneak and steal your shit. So into sneak mode, and then you teleport him up here. Wow, sneak failed instantly there. But go back into sneak mode and pickpocket him. Oh shit, he has nothing on him. Fuck! Well, that sucks a little. I was hoping that he had something on him, but, you know. Okay, so say that it's been a long time Brachus is gone. It can't hurt to say what it was that he sought. In tone that you could always force him to tell you what he knows. Say you're tired of listening to his riddle speak and turn to take your leave.
Brachus must have failed. Had he not, the world as you know it would be gone. What I learned of could still be out there. I will not speak of it. I won't risk having another Brachus discovering it.
Fuck, just tell me.
Good! Were I to say any more, I'd only put you in danger.
Put
Leave
me in
this
danger,
awful
bitch!
Place. Go, live your life. Forget about all this. It is best left buried. And stranger, thank you for freeing me. I had doubted this moment would ever come.
I'm a little annoyed. Slightly annoyed by the fact that he didn't tell me what it was. Okay, but we're done here, I think. Gonna move to Siberia. Jesus. That's a bit extreme, though. Yeah, I mean, I got XP, but I didn't get any, like, answers about the thing that he uncovered. Which is actually the one thing I wanted answers about. Oh, what's this? What is that? And where does that take me? Alright, something here. Something in here. Okay, where the hell are we going now? Oh, there's another skull. Would you look at this? Identify. Life is kinda depends on the light of the sun. Raid what? Princess. Valen? Raid what? Prophecy, scoundrel. Scoundrel goes to Seville. This goes to Seville too. Yeah, I know, but I send all of my shit to... Like, I send everything to certain characters. So I'm constantly controlling where my loot go. I don't just want to take all the loot on one character, because that would be a fuck up. I could leave this place now, right? I've gotten everything I need from this place. So let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I think we're just about ready to move on with our adventures, chat. All right, Malady. I'm ready now.
Let's go.
Meister, ask who she's referring to.
Boat first, questions later.
Malady grabs the vessel with 2 hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Okay.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
How do I know Meister? I know Malady because I already made Malady. I don't know who Meister is.
I have a thought. A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
We're liberated like the blood of a lot of magisters. Maybe too many. Maybe. I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty, especially as odious a duty as those dead magisters.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The magisters learned that the hard way.
Of course they did. There are no dragon slayers yet in this game. Their order has still to be founded.
What were they thinking, standing against an Eternal? I almost pity the poor
we made a
ignorant
dragon
beasts.
slayer. No, not dragon slayer, sorry. We made a dragon knight.
A hard-fought freedom, sure. But if spilling blood is bad, it shouldn't be so agreeable. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
Yeah, perhaps. Who knows? Magic Pockets has taken Face Ripper from Fane and Fane's Mask of the Shapeshifter from Fane using Magic Pockets.
Well, well, this is a fine sight. Utterly barbaric, of course, destroying a tree and turning it into a boat. Grotesque, but, well, look at it, Quercus.
Malady is kind of hot,
floating
but she's
nest
undead.
Surrounded on all sides by salt water, pure poison to a tree's root. The great acorn could never reach us out here.
Is it weird that this Sir Laura really annoys the living fuck out of me?
Well, yes, of course we'll continue our research, Quercus. We're not monsters. Still, I must admit you were right about the shield. It proved to be more than adequate.
Apparently, I don't know. The things he says is just so fucking horrible or horribly miserable. It's boring. Because he speaks about this great acorn that he has to fucking, and I know it's a joke. I don't think it's real. I think it is just fucking for shits and giggles. And that is what annoys me. About the squirrel, he's very welcome.
Yes, it seems our shield is still here, Quercus.
Reanimated, yes. As I alluded to on Twitter as well,
so
we've already made the
large and
video. That
ungainly
should be available tomorrow.
You give the giants too much credit, Quercus. I think the salty air has addled your mind. It has certainly been useful, but elegant, kind, surprisingly attractive. No, we have no time for your fawning. We may be safe, but the world is not. Come, we must return to our research.
Thank fuck for that. Wow, that was a long fucking speech by Sir Laura, or whatever the hell his name is. Somewhat annoying, but you know. I don't like Laura because he talks to me as it. I don't mind the fact that he speaks to me as it because he does refer to you as the shield, right? You're his shield. And that's really the only thing you are to him is a shield. Nothing else. He doesn't give a shit about you in any other way. You're just a fucking shield to him. And I don't mind that at all. I don't know. I just don't like his fucking storyline. This is number 2, Valen. All right, let's quickly see something here. Just quickly want to check out content suggestions. What have you guys been suggesting here? Let's see. I'm just looking through. Oh my god, here we go. I think I found one. But I don't think I've done the first video yet. I'm probably gonna have to do the first video first, and then I can look at this. When did I start watching that? Oh, yes, I started watching this, and then I thought, fuck it, I'll watch this on stream instead. But I can't remember everything. I think I watched the servitors. That's about as far as I got with this one. So we'll watch this. Hold up. For fuck's sake. I'm pretty sure I just fucking wrecked my... Does the camera look fine? It does look fine, right? Yeah, this is the Imperium's... Alright, so this was suggested on... This was suggested on Discord. It's the 10 worst jobs in the Imperium. And then there's a part 2 as well. The part 2 is actually the one that was suggested. But because we haven't watched part 1 yet, I thought we'd start there. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And also, if you've not watched this before, click the link in the description down below, because this is not going to be a good watch. I'm going to be pausing a lot, and I'm probably going to be a little bit fucking disgusted by a shit ton of things in here. I love that quote so much, man. There's so many cool quotes in Warhammer. When people forget their duty, they are no longer human. They become something less than beasts. They have no place in the bosom of humanity, nor in the heart of the Emperor. Let them die and be quickly forgotten. Holy Synod of the Adeptus Ministorum. Wow. Do you think it will be all nice jobs? We'll see. I doubt.
When we look at the lives of those serving the Imperium, we must also understand that it is assumed that all of their service is at the behest and honour of serving the Emperor of Man and the Imperium itself.
Yeah.
And while the official line from the Administratum would be that to give yourself in whatever means are required for the betterment of the Imperium is a noble cause, just and above all else a required task, it's worth remembering that these people are still humans serving in the Imperium, not superhuman Astartes or
War videos yesterday. They are a great catch-up for what's new happening now in 40k. Stick, yeah, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. We'll definitely give that a watch at some point. So Duranda Night Warrior is the strongest racial leader, right? She beat Zuval, powered Sylvanas until Elune decided not to kill her. Taziki, we can talk about that in a minute. Right now, I'm reacting to the 40k stuff, but we can talk about it afterwards, if you still want to. Are we human, though? I feel like Luton is taking a little bit of a, like... He's probably... I feel like he might not be taking into account just the toll that so many years of war would have had on the human mind, I don't think the humans of the 41st millennium is anything like us anymore. The amount of war and misery and hell that we have seen there must have changed us in ways where I don't know how similar we would still be.
Fanatical religious zealots, not cultish machine worshippers or drug-crazed hive gang members, just your average person trying to stay alive and do the best that they can. Now, while undoubtedly citizens of the Imperium know that they give to a greater cause and are indoctrinated from birth into the Imperial truth, at the same time you can't escape the harsh realities of some of the worst jobs imaginable for those poor saps who end up designated with such a plight in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Also, I think a short disclaimer is in order. By our standards, most jobs in the Imperium are often not really what you would quantify as jobs. You might simply be compelled by your seniors toward a role that then becomes your lot in life. There's really no true unified or standardized currency system within the Imperium itself either. To do so would be challenging, if not impossible, given the distant scale and general instability of the Imperium as a whole. While hive cities, for example, may use credits within them, or other planets operate on a more basic bartering system, some even using coinage, there's also the throne gelt, which is likely as close to being a universal payment as exists, and this is often used by, say, rogue traders and inquisitors who are travelling between systems. Overall, though,
there's no moolah, which obviously immediately suggests that you don't actually get paid for the quote-unquote job that you do in 40k. You serve because you must serve, which basically means you get paid with your life. If you don't work, they kill you. If you do work, you don't die. Easy. What a life we lead.
there's no unified economic system. It's all based on tithes and requirements for the Imperium's needs. It's all fairly inconsistent. While some jobs are paid and unpaid, it's often unlikely that you're going to have a literal choice in what your assigned lot in life is. People aren't going to be going out to school and then choosing a vocation, although obviously for some jobs, some roles, some level of moderate education is required so that you can best interact with the materials and data slates that you're having to handle. But you as an individual are an unimportant speck in the grand scheme of the Imperium, and you will do what is...
I should probably quantify or qualify what I said. Since every world will probably have its own quote-unquote currency, I'm sure that in a lot of worlds you can actually make an honest day's pay, or whatever the fuck the equivalent of an honest day's pay would be. But I was more referring to the humans in the direct employ of the Imperium. So if you're, for example, a soldier, right? Like one of the... Oh my god, what are they called again? The Imperial Guard. I don't think you get paid shit to be in the Imperial Guard. I think your payment is basically just you stay alive.
Required of you, because that is your reality. Moreover, most of the Imperium trades in commodities. This can be raw materials, military hardware, and very often humans. So more than likely you are an asset and will be utilized however the Imperium sees it. The best way to visualize currency in the Imperium is that it's all system specific for the most part, and within a hive, for one, you are likely never going to leave, and so its credit system would be very specific to that location. There's no need for it to exist outside of that. Think of it like company money. You get paid by the person you're working for, who then also happens to simultaneously produce all of your other requirements. So you then are being paid by and paying back into that same company. It's a good...
Jesus, dude, imagine you worked for a company like this. So imagine, for example, you lived in like a world where Samsung was like the ultimate company, right? And Samsung owned, like, Samsung were the ones who built the homes. Samsung was the ones who made all the food. I actually do think Samsung is close to this in is it Korea or Japan? Samsung is Korean, no? Yeah, Samsung is Korean, I think. And I think they're very close to that. Where they have like Samsung peanut butter and bullshit. Imagine you work for that company, but then you get your paycheck, but you don't actually get a paycheck. Because everything, like the company takes your money again for all of the goods and services that you need. That would be miserable. What a miserable fucking existence, dude.
Way to basically regulate what the citizenry are using and ensure that everybody gets their fair or perhaps basic requirement share of things. Now you think you've got a worse 40k job in mind? Well, throw it down in the comments and maybe I'll include it in part 2 of this if I do a follow-up. And if you guys enjoy this and we open it up to even some more loose speculation for different parameters and different aspects of Warhammer 40,000, this could become an ongoing accompanying series. So now in no actual order of horror, to begin with, servitors. Now for reasons we won't get into here, within the Imperium, any advanced state of artificial intelligence is aggressively outlawed. So instead, the ever-ingenious humanity of the future has found a fantastic solution to get around this problem. Because we are, after all, always such great...
This would have fucking floored me before I watched the other videos by Luton. This is... I've already heard this and it's already fucking disgusted me. For those of you that don't know, you're about to know. And it's not necessarily something you want to know.
Great problem solvers. The solution? Well, as is always the case, there is a plentiful supply of human plebs, criminals, and general undesirables. So how about we part lobotomize them, hopefully they get the gift of being mind-wiped, and then fuse what's left of their still living but now eviscerated carcasses into a somewhat functional cyborg. It's not really AI and it's not really human. Problem solved, everybody's happy. Except likely the unwilling participants of becoming a servitor. Servitors are a vital part of the Imperium, carrying out tasks too dangerous or too enduring for humans to want to take on the role. Although if no servitor were available and push comes to shove, you know that somebody's going to have to install that hyper-dangerous fuel system, and it's not going to be any officer types. While servitors are questionably necessary, they are a sad and incredibly depressing portrait of the dark future. And it's very questionable, given the fairly immoral state of humanity in the 41st millennium, just how well lobotomized these individuals are if they're not mind-wiped. Servitors, while carrying out their instructed functions, if left to their own devices, have been seen to become confused and disorientated, sometimes found in a lost corner of a starship or missing in the maze of a hive city, babbling to themselves with a sea of incomprehensible speech, with perhaps some scant details of their former selves and former lives, perhaps trying to...
It's not a... Okay, so I'm aware that the Demon Culabra or whatever would not be part of this, the Imperium. Don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound like something the Imperium would keep. To explain or to express or to imprint on you just how horrible this is. Imagine if we lived in a world where we took our prisoners and we just did, like, medical experiments on them. Like, someone that goes to prison for, say, drugs, right? They had marijuana on them. And they don't have a choice. They just get, like, medical experiments done on them. They become the lab rats. Like, they're walking around infested with fucking diseases of all kinds, because we're curing disease and using prisoners to do so. That would kind of be the equivalent of that. Like, that would be, at least in our universe, the equivalent of what servitors are, because we don't have the ability yet to create whatever the fuck these things are. But it is just... Oh my god, dude. The level of depravity that you have to sink to as a society to think that that's fine and good is just next level.
To formulate some cognition or sense of who they were before. Worse still, we hear stories of people who undergo surgery appearing to be under anesthetic, but are in fact just paralyzed and fully conscious. So it broaches the possibility that some or even many servitors are actually fully aware of the lives they are living and with full awareness and memory of even their former lives, but who then simply lack the ability to speak or even control their own bodies, trapped in a silent, monotonous and potentially unending agony in the prisons they have been physically melded into. One of probably the most common and unpleasant tasks to partake in within the Imperium would be working in its vast factories. Now, planets with hive cities will usually be spattered with important resources.
Dude, that is fucking... What? Like, there's actual speculation that they don't even lobotomize some of the servitors. Like, some of them are just forced into these mechanized units. Can't speak, can't do anything. You're now just working for the rest of your life as a slave. Congratulations, welcome. Dude, I would rather be fucking lobotomized, because at least then you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. If you're lobotomized, you're just kind of, you know, your previous existence is gone. You are just what you are. But if they just, like, put you in there and now you're just doing it, oh my god, that must be miserable as shit.
And their factories will then churn out any number of processed materials necessary for the functioning of their hive.
And I'm assuming you live forever, right? Or at least you live for a very long time. Because your body is basically half human, half robot, I'm assuming they can make you live as long as they want, really? Because they can just keep replacing parts, correct? Raingrat, yes, but what he explained there was more a case of, like, the lobotomy doesn't always stick. So they lobotomize you. This is at least what Luton said. They lobotomize the servitor, hoping for a mind wipe, right? So they're hoping that the lobotomy results in a complete mind wipe. But that doesn't always happen. So there we can say fucking mistakes happen, okay? If we're not going to argue the humanity of what we're doing here, you know, mistakes happen, tough luck. At least you're still partially lobotomized, most likely. So while you still have faint memories of things that may have happened to you in the past, obviously you have no idea. Like, you're still basically a fucking vegetable. This is worse because this is an active choice to just go, fuck it. Let's just put them in. It's much faster than first doing the lobotomy thing.
And or required by order of the Imperium off-world. The administrators and governors will not care how these orders are fulfilled, only that they are completed on time as required. This subsequently means the conditions for workers are just about as awful as you could imagine. Toxic, acrid air, long 20-hour shifts, token pay, and squalid, cramped living conditions. Still, for most people at this level of society, it's probably the best they could hope for. Upward mobility is not a thing, and the only other options being to slip into vagrancy and an underhive of horrors. Even then, this is a class of citizen who no one will blink an eye if somebody goes missing for whatever horrible reason, and still grinding day after day in a factory of hot, dangerous, and likely condemning you to a slow, agonizing death as your body is ravaged by fulfilling your work quota, coupled with the slow poisoning it receives every day, is hardly an appealing alternative, but it's the best that many can hope for.
Why are more people not just fucking outlaws, bro? I would just be an outlaw in this galaxy. At least there you're completely free to do whatever the fuck you want.
An Imperial Guardsman. Now, while a Guardsman is obviously an honourable and respected role for those in the Imperium, because frankly anybody forced to face down a 40-foot-high lumbering alien killing machine who will in all likelihood either cleave you in two, strip the skin from your body leaving you running around screaming like a skinned animal, or just bludgeon you to a pulp, or maybe bombard you with projectiles full of acidic boring maggots, deserves a reasonable level of respect.
What a time to be alive!
Even if that service was in fact non-consensual. As with many military roles in the Imperium, Guardsmen serve with a duality of horrific warfare experience coupled with unceasing immortal honour. Because of the extreme casualty rates, most Guardsmen are equipped with simply a lasgun, because why give them more than that when they're not going to be around to use it? A lasgun being a weapon often referred to as a flashlight because of its extremely poor effectiveness against the severe threats faced by the tanks, ordnance and air support, but for your average man on the ground, bad luck, you get the lasgun. While Imperial propaganda will tell the glory of serving in the Imperium, the reality is fairly disconnected from this stirring and glorious.
One has to think, if they armed their Imperial Guardsmen with better weapons and better equipment, maybe so many of them wouldn't fucking die the whole time, right? Because their argument is, well, you know, fuck it. They'll die, so why not? Why do we waste good things on them? It's sort of like, well, if you gave them better things, maybe they wouldn't die so much.
Horrifying rhetoric. The phrase battle of attrition comes quickly to mind for many guardsmen who will not receive much if any personal body armor, unlike their superhuman Astartes saviors. Nope, you're going into battle with the shirt on your back, and as an individual, no one is going to be stopping to help you when you lose a limb or worse. And the word expendable will be very much on your commander's lips. Now, if it isn't bad enough that you're facing a nightmarish host of Xenos, your commissar will be standing right behind you, ready to kill you or your newfound friends on the slightest hint of your hesitation, or perhaps simply to just motivate those around you.
Jesus!
Unless you've qualified for a specialist division or an elite force within the Guard, you're more than likely going to become Operation Human Shield. And if by some miracle you manage to survive the horrific conditions of battling alien horrors with little more than a gun that shoots light, having watched many around you die in the most unbearable of circumstances, and then still have your sanity intact, not to mention, hopefully, not having your body be completely broken, there's nothing to say that an orbiting Astartes or Inquisition may not simply decide that things are not going quite as well as they'd expected, and decide that in fact an orbital bombardment might best serve the fast resolution of the situation, and your service is appreciated, Guardsmen. If you feel like you're having a bad day and want to voice your concerns to those around you, this is not advisable. Commissars will be standing by to silence you for potentially damaging unit morale, but like so many aspects of the Imperium, the most hollow element is the fact that in serving your family, your planet, and your Imperium, you will not be remembered, and will be 100% left behind if the situation warrants it. You will not be receiving a flashy service, or your family informed of your demise. You are but one of millions upon millions of soldiers, and while some planets are focused around specialist skills and military training, many more are unwitting or even unwillingly drafted. You will not receive special genetic engineering, you get your gun, your orders, and a direction to advance. Now get on with it, Guardsmen, before your own officer shoots you for failure to follow command.
This reminds me, I was obviously very small during this time, but it reminds me a little of South Africa back when we still had conscription. You basically, at the age of 18, you had to join the military. You didn't have a choice. You had to go to the military. The only way you could postpone going to the military is if you, I think there was a couple of degrees that you could go study. One of them was being a medical doctor, where they would let you first become a medical doctor and then you would have to go serve in the military. So my dad, for example, first went to college to become a doctor, and then once he got his degree as a medical doctor, he got sent to the war. And you have to serve for a minimum of 2 years. Now, you can do that, or you can do, I believe, 4 years as a police officer, or you can do, I think it's 5 or 6 years in jail. Those are your options. And it's like, Jesus, what the fuck even is that life? Like, you don't have your own life. You basically have to do this because someone decided that that's what you have to do.
Next, in direct contrast, is the dull monotony of bureaucracy. You are the grease and oil.
Prison, samurai. You go to prison for 5 years if you don't want to serve.
In the machine as an administrative scribe. While many lives in the Imperium are pain-ridden and lives of frustrating physical agony, there is an argument to be made that endless perpetual administration is equally unbearable. The role of an administrator or an administrative scribe is to perpetually carry out tasks that must seem simply entirely pointless in the grand scheme of things. Your daily tasks lost amid a vast ocean of information. Your whole being lost in reams and reams of paper trails, and even the purpose and intent of your tasks are potentially lost to meaning, or possibly even no longer required, having been long forgotten about. Billions of clerks, scribes, and general admin staff work tirelessly to manage the Imperium at every tier. Compared to others, this may seem like a sweet job to land yourself, but imagine having to do the same thing every day, without end, without opportunity, and without meaning. In many respects, it's the closest thing to hell for many. Pointless tasks with no thanks or appreciation, no sense of really...
Why are they doing this? Glam, by the way, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thing is, the Dark Lore makes you really feel for the Godsman. This shit is why stuff like Cadia stands and speeches like Stern's "We die standing, it's so hard." They are fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters. They are just human against insurmountable odds and vastly superior aliens and heretics bathed in the power of the dark gods. And yet they hold the line, and they've held the line for 10,000 years. Yes, but they don't have a name. They are just they. Korea and Israel and some EU countries still have mandatory service. Yeah, but it fucking blows. Also, this job, why even have this? Like, why even have this as a job if most of what they do is completely unnecessary and pointless? It might come in useful. Also, to run an empire, you need tons of paperwork. Jesus. Yeah, this is the first 40k video we've watched today, Glamdrang.
Contributing anything to the greater whole, cold, harsh working conditions, still subject to the same brutal rules and regulations that dictate all Imperial life. Indeed, the very nature of the complex bureaucracy that is strictly enforced allows little room for error. Regulations, forms, protocols, and process is your life. Worse perhaps is to live a life of blind ignorance of the goings-on beyond the walls and confines of your endless daily data processing. Many administrative positions are considered hereditary.
Wins. Thank you so much, Theo. What's up? Really appreciate that. 24 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. Really appreciate that.
As well, so you'll be committed to a life of permanent placement facing logic engines and cogitator workstations. For an administratum scribe working in their specific sub-departments, all must be recorded, catalogued, completed in quadruplet, processed, and then as long as centuries later, finally archived. The whole process is grindingly slow and dull beyond the strongest possible interpretation of the word.
Yep.
And as a final insult, you must fulfill your role accurately and efficiently for the entirety of your servitude. Failure to do so risks intervention by the Inquisition. Administrative departments who have failed to maintain an acceptable level of efficiency, or worse, make a catalogue of errors, may be subject to mass summary executions by Inquisitors for crimes against the Imperium. As a simple cog in a machine, you could also unknowingly participate in a scheme of upward conspiracy and corruption and be judged for this without even having been aware of doing so. A thankless, soul-destroying job where you'll likely never see anything beyond the incarcerated walls of your administrative vault sector. Now,
Lord, take care of yourself, brother. Thanks so much for hanging out. Dude, fuck the Inquisitors. Like, this is surreal. If you fail, like, just listen to this. If you fail to record the information correctly, the Inquisitors may think that you're part of some conspiracy to try and move upwards or take down your superiors, and therefore they just fucking nuke you. They just kill you. Because the reason you made a mistake was because you were trying to overthrow the Empire. It's like, no, it's just a typo, bro. I just made a little mistake. It's it, right? But how do you explain to the Inquisitors when their fucking motto is innocence proves nothing? So they go, you were trying to overthrow the Imperium. And you're like, no, it was just a typo. I'm so sorry. And like, innocence proves nothing, you bitch. Fucking dead. Great. The Inquisition is more despicable than chaos, not even joking. A lot of people have actually told me, the more you learn about the Imperium, the more you go, you fuck those guys.
Now, the human batteries, otherwise known as psychers, used to fuel the Emperor atop of his golden throne. Unsanctioned psychers are continually hunted by the Imperium, and when discovered, they will likely be transported off-world to return to Terra.
I'm sure they are good, and I'm also sure that a lot of the stories about them will be times where they actually got it right? But you have to think of it this way. In a world where, let's take the police as a good example. Imagine a world where the police could get away with literally whatever the fuck it wanted. So imagine a world where the government said to the police, you have carte blanche to do whatever you want, as long as it ends crime. It's all we need from you. We want zero crime. You have carte blanche. You can use as many guns as you want. You can fucking catch as many people as you want. There's no such thing as due process. People don't need their day in court. Just stop crime. That world would be fucking hellish. Because, yes, let's imagine, right? Tootie, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. This is the Imperium's 10 worst jobs, Tootie. So what happens there is, 60% of all of the activities of the police now will be probably very legitimate. Like legitimate criminal organizations being taken down, and mafia bosses being killed, as well as the entire fucking family and the organization being destroyed because the police no longer has to worry about it. But there's going to be about 40 to 50 to maybe even more percentage of people that are innocent that get caught simply because the police can. There's no price for being wrong. So if you at some point maybe bumped into a suspect and it looked like you were just friendly going, oh, never mind, so sorry, no problem, and maybe they dropped something and you picked it up and you gave it to them, the police thinks, oh my God, he was handing him something. Him too. Shoot. Bam. No questions asked. Because, well, fuck it. We'll do whatever the fuck we want. So I have no qualms about the fact that they're probably very good at their job. But I can guarantee you that a majority of people that get caught in the crossfire are innocent. But the Inquisition can do whatever the fuck they want, so they do.
Terror in what are referred to as the much feared Black Ships. As an unsanctioned psyker, you'll be assigned to one of two roles for the Imperium. Training to a full operating psyker or a psychic human battery to fuel the Emperor and the Astronomican's daily required injection of psychic power. Unsanctioned psykers represent a great threat to populations as they run the risk of unwittingly becoming a portal for demonic incursion. And those imprisoned within its cavernous, permanently dark, freezing cold holds on the journey back to Terra, with thousands of other unfortunate members being probably the most harrowing part of the ordeal, as these untrained psykers will expel their panicked and fraught emotions all around them. As such, only the most mentally strong Sisters of Silence will crew these vessels so as to be able to withstand the constantly soul-numbing despair of the incarcerated amateur psykers. For the majority of these poor souls, upon reaching Terra itself, their fate will be psychic disintegration as they're consumed by the Emperor and the Astronomican, their very mind, soul and body being consumed in agonizing psychic fire, and their bodies and brains are burned to ashes. But it does keep the Imperium's lighthouse lit for another day at least.
Yeah. Jesus.
An unpleasant but perhaps at least highly appreciated task to carry out in your service for the Imperium is that of refueling a starship warp drive. And this has scant documentation on who specifically carries out this role, but it is described as being similar to a funeral procession. Those chosen to carry out the task will begin by leaving an airlock to cross the service deck of a ship, wearing robes of grey metallic thread connected up with valves of long cabling, all wearing thick lead gloves as they carry their heavy metal caskets upon their shoulders. The service staff's eyes, nose and mouth will be similarly fitted with these connective valves, the unknown material they carry within these caskets evidently being extremely hazardous, for as these individuals cross to their objective, their flesh, skin will slowly cook and be burned away. This process being described by tech priests as the most perilous operation a vessel could undertake, barring actual combat. As the procession of staff would approach the warp drive central column, the casket carriers would become even further physically damaged and even start to disintegrate, but being driven perhaps by the chemicals and gases being infused into them as pain suppressors and some chemical concoctions to enable them to carry out such a task, they lumber forward. But the closer the carriers come to the drive itself, the more they begin to stagger and their metallic robes deteriorate. Their infused chemicals keeping them barely standing as their bodies begin to quite literally fall apart, chunks of flesh and matter falling from their person as they push on to deliver their fuel to the drive. The casket would be finally pushed into a socket of the drive column as some of the carrier's limbs would detach and strips of muscle and bone hang down from their gaping robes. Servitor-like machines would collect the remains of the carriers and scrape these into yet more caskets before tech priests offer prayers to the machine god. With the last great effort, the final casket bearers would load their fuel into the drive before the doors would rapidly shut. The robed shells would now be retracted to the entry point, and the ship's captain might be heard to utter, "Emperor, preserve us," before finally turning away from the harrowing scene playing out on the engineering deck of their starship. Imagine life.
Dude, it is surreal that at no point do they even care about the betterment of human life at all. You know, if you take human beings as an example, not even 100 years ago, we would send little boys into chimneys to clean them out. And if the boy died, hey, you know, oops, you know, what are you going to do? The only people that cried for the little boy was the parents, because it was their child, obviously. Since then, we've sort of put an end to that, right? We've stopped that shit from happening. We've gotten very good at figuring out technologies to try and stop that from happening. In the Imperium, it's sort of like, nah, fuck it. That slows shit down. Just throw humans at the problem. It'll take care of shit, right? Just throw humans at the problem, you know? So we need to refuel these warp drives. We could shut the warp drive down, probably, and do it safely. But it's going to take a long time. Fuck it. You know, just send them in. Yeah, they're going to cook alive, but we'll give them a concoction of things that makes them not feel that they're being cooked alive. And then we're off, you know? And yeah, so what? If it costs us 10, 20, 30,000 humans per fucking refuel, who gives a shit?
Life in something like the 13th century, essentially the Middle Ages, where anything like 90% of the population spend all of their time every day working the land. This is life on a feudal world. There are a few citizens with specific jobs working stone and metals, but your average person's life is doomed to endless hard labour. This physically destroying job is carried out from dawn to dusk, year-round, with the populace likely surviving on a meagre supply of its own productivity. A high mortality rate of disease and infection, industrial accidents with primitive machinery or domestic complications like no medicine to prevent women from dying in childbirth. This all in and of itself sounds hard enough of a life, but imagine, if you will, the job of a feudal gong farmer. Now what is this scintillating job? Well, it's collecting the mess of medieval latrines and cesspits, bringing it manually outside of a city or a town to be used as fertilizer for farming. You do get the privilege of searching through the waste if you choose to find any valuables, and by the way, you also have to work only during the night. And here's hoping you don't pass out from the fumes you're inhaling and potentially drown in the stuff you're having to rake out every night. And for those on a feudal world, to top it off, an Imperial administrator will be watching from an orbital platform, and that's about all the defenses your planet has. So let's hope no blood-crazed orcs, hungry tyrannids, or immoral demons come wandering by.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. At that point, it would just be a fucking mercy. If you saw orcs coming, you'd probably be like, yeah, well, you know, anything's better than this shit.
If you thought working a feudal planet or in a factory from material processing in a hive was bad, don't be so ungrateful, citizen. You have a privileged life compared to those poor souls working in agri-processing. While this is going to vary from hive planet to planet, some of the worst of this is processing what's referred to as corpse starch and ration biscuits, both unpleasant in their own way. As populations for the massive ecologies known as hive cities become quite simply ridiculous, housing anything between 10 and 100 billion citizens, the need for sustenance is obviously difficult to provide for.
Yep.
And while you may be lucky enough to save up your credits and purchase a delicious chunk of rat meat, you're more than likely going to be enjoying some delicious ration bars or corpse starch. But how do workers produce such luxuries? Well, ration bars are best described as horribly greasy, generally unpopular, shockingly, and are biscuit bars to feed workers, serfs, and military forces. They're manufactured by harvesting bio-rich matter from ocean planets and worlds with seas. which then provides a protein-rich gruel. This, though, would be not enough to provide for the billions of citizens, so it must be instead fed to larvae of the Orochian bile fly. And when these larvae reach an optimal stage in their life cycle, when they're plump enough, the larvae are going to be pulped by workers and compressed down into the hard-to-stomach biscuit ration bars.
Oh my god.
The agri-workers doing this process will work in huge air-sealed pens that produce these plump fat larvae. If you're working in one of these places, then things are not going to be going well for you, and you're probably quite low down in your hive city as the stench and endless droning vibrations and material mechanical sounds of the bile flies is not one that many would choose to live with. Still though, it could be worse. You could be producing corpse starch, which is about as appealing as it sounds. This material is bland, filling, and relatively nutritious because it's basically reconstituted biomatter mixed with animals, plants, discarded organics, and of course rumoured to include human corpses as well. While this is undoubtedly...
Rumoured to include? What does he mean, rumoured? Content suggestions, Duty? Yeah, I know cannibalism is a thing, but what I'm asking for is, he says rumored. So is there no definitive answer on whether or not corpse starch actually includes the corpses of other humans? Or is it more just a case of the community believes that this is the case because of references being made? The Imperium isn't going to actually come out and say they're feeding dead people to live people. There are rumors in the Imperium. It has human flesh. Could be people, could not. Best asking the Inquisitor. It depends on the world and situation in question. It's like a Wall-E. People are either too blissful or desperate to care where the food comes from. Treats, and they don't exactly tell you what they do with them. So yeah. The only reason he says rumored is because people would freak out if they knew they ate their grandmother. But that is just disgusting. Oh, for the love of fuck. Oh.
Undoubtedly frowned upon by various administrative departments of the Imperium, it's one of those things that a planetary governor is going to either sweep under the rug, play down, or full-on cover up. It's never out and out a disclosed ingredient, but highly suspected that one way the population are able to be adequately fed is the mechanical reclamation of human biomatter, albeit then diluted by various other organic materials. It's like so many things in the Imperium, on the borderline of being acceptable. And when faced with limited options for feeding your population, the alternative being violent food riots, then it becomes a necessary evil. Pity though the workers who have to work in the stinking immoral environment where you must process endless stinking vats of biomatter, perhaps seeing some things that are going to be difficult to forget as you catch your eager 4 hours of rest before getting back into the production line.
4 hours? Fuck me.
Now I am yet to cover the assassins of the Imperium, but one aspect in being selected to work as an Imperial assassin is their pre-training. Now as with most Imperial roles, it's quite unpleasant.
Yeah. I'm quickly learning that there really is no good thing in the Imperium. Like, nothing. There's nothing you could be in the Imperium that doesn't come with an absolute fuck ton of sacrifice.
But specifically, the role of the Eversa Temple, which disturbingly leans towards using the youngest recruits as they are less developed and therefore easier to bioadapt later in surgery. To start off with, most recruits will be orphans from a death world, of which there are quite unsurprisingly a plentiful supply in the Imperium. These recruits, after some base training, will be transported to...
What's a death world? Razel, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the first chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Death world. That sounds familiar. Did we learn about death worlds at some point? Nearly uninhabitable planet. A world where everything tries to kill you. Alright. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Krieg, for instance. What's wrong with Krieg?
to Terra, but en route they will continue to be trained by a survival.
So what you guys are saying is it's effectively the Australia of Warhammer 40k. Because Australia would be a death world, right? Everything in Australia wants to kill you. Wherever you fucking go, there's like something bigger around the corner that wants to slaughter you. So that makes sense, right? If Australia was real, of course. I'm not saying that it is real. Everyone knows it's not. It's a made-up place. But if it was real, then these death worlds would probably be exactly like Australia.
Of the fittest assessment. These very young recruits will engage in what can best be described as an ongoing battle royale of wills, initiative, and...
King Julian, you don't live in Australia. Don't lie. The Flat Earthers have told me. They've told me that Australia is mathematically impossible. And I tend to believe them. I think they're right. All Australians live on like some... on like the 51st state in the US that no one knows about. And it's all just actors pretending to have an accent. Everyone knows this is true. Jungle with predators in everything. Creek, nuclear wasteland, Fenris, ice hellhole, Caliban, full of chaos beasts. I should probably just clarify at this point. I am being sarcastic. I don't actually think Australia doesn't exist, but I can already see the fucking comments on YouTube going, oh my god, he's a flat earther. Oh! Because some people are fucking stupid. Australia or Chernobyl, it's most active, etc. Jesus.
Resolve. Recruits are required to survive on minimal food, even minimal oxygen, for days on end, as well as continual forced fighting between themselves. This could be armed, unarmed, in near total darkness, or distracting aural and lighting conditions. Heat, cold, varying levels of gravity from the thin to the severe, all will be factors in there.
Dude, don't even joke. YouTube, the miserable thing about YouTube is you make one joke that might be construed as not a joke, and there will be at least 25% of the fucking viewership. They'll be like, oh my god, did you hear what he said? Oh, like fucking crying about it because they missed the joke. And then you go, bro, joke? And they're like, no, you weren't joking. You know, right?
Assessment. When they eventually reach Terra, there could be anything below 1/10 of the original number of recruits who have survived this harrowing ordeal, or perhaps not at all if their assessors deem them unsatisfactory to requirements. The recruits, though, will then be organised by the temple they are best suited for. Ever so assassin recruits face, though, the further horror of being now forcibly bioengineered. These youngest recruits, who are essentially children, will be turned through this process into unstoppable drug-fueled killing machines. To achieve this, the Medicus adepts will use a range of genetic adaptation, endoskeletal restructuring, bionic implants, and infusions of chemicals to turn the previously human youth into a nightmarish weapon that can barely be controlled by its own leaders. Their cerebral cortex will also be enhanced and the brain fitted with Lobo chips. These will amplify the assassin's state of mind to either raging hate, pure determination, or extreme fanatical drive for the love of the Imperium at any cost. This whole process is unpleasant and far from risk-free. Many subjects will die of massive multi-organ collapse as their bodies struggle to handle the severe restructuring. And this is not to mention the inevitable side effects from being turned into a bioenhanced, drug-fueled, borderline if not psychotic killing machine. Past this point, the assassin will continually attempt to balance the complex cocktail of chemicals that's fueling and simultaneously poisoning their system. Finally, at the end of all this, the assassin will be placed in cryosuspension, their bodies so drug-fueled and their own mindset so completely unstable that it's easier than keeping them actively conscious. Before a mission, they're going to be placed into a drop pod and then fired down to achieve their task. Becoming an Eversor assassin is likely one of the worst jobs in the Imperium, as your life is nothing but soul-destroying pain and servitude to be stripped of everything you were and used as an indiscriminate weapon of the Imperium. Now, penal legions are the dregs of Imperial society, so you can imagine these are some less than capable individuals. These are usually members of the Imperial Guard and PDF who have perhaps not been executed on the spot for their crimes and instead commuted to a life sentence in the loosest definition of the word. However, a penal legion can be easily made up of murderers, maniacs, thieves, in general criminal elements of society, or just those who were far too incompetent in their duties and have been sentenced to play some more mildly useful role for the Imperium. These legions, though, unfortunately, are basically the waste dump of human society and are forced to wear explosive slave collars that are more about turning the troops into human bombs than a disciplinary incentive. They march in a shambolic way towards their goal, or perhaps run if they're crazed, and then perhaps to just encourage those around them with whatever they're meant to be doing. Maybe a few of them will be blown up and detonated here and there. But is this the job we're talking about? Well, no. In fact, what we're actually sparing a thought toward are those tasked with maintaining control over these plebs. Penal Legion overseers essentially have the unfortunate...
Wait a second. I would have thought the Penal Legions themselves would have fucking sucked dick. But no, they're not bad. The guys that have it bad are the people that have to fucking watch over them.
Task of herding a bunch of shambolic, potentially murderous and psychopathic cats. Some of the Penal Legion will relish their role and accept their death running headlong into the enemy, but others may fall into mental ruin, just falling to the floor crying, unable to move. Others may try to run away or simply just lash out and kill those standing around them. As frustratingly soul-destroying as such a task is, those commanding a Penal Legion are usually well versed in dealing out punishment, cruelty and incentives to their force, and will lay down brutal levels of discipline. Despite this professionalism though, it's...
Swanky Tiger, I would not be surprised if they almost never got las guns. Because from what I can tell, they're meant to be like kamikaze fucking people. Right? Just run in, get blown to fucking smithereens, and that's it, right? That's their entire purpose. They're saints in life. Their purpose in life really is to just go boom boom on the enemy. Hopefully they make it.
Still likely one of the most frustrating roles to have to command in, with a force who are potentially just as happy killing each other and themselves as they are the enemy. So now to finish, I'm going to have to break your immersion. But the truest worst job that could exist in 40k is, well, whatever you can draw from your own imagination. Because this might seem like a cop-out, but it's actually the real bedrock of 40k. Because while it has embedded canon and non-canon lore, it's also a world whereby you, as a participant, are encouraged to use your own imagination. The civilian life of the Dark Future is very poorly documented, and really we only have scraps of information compared to the endless raging warfest that is ongoing between various factions. The civilian life of the Imperium is perhaps one of the most interesting aspects that exists in the 40k universe, and if Games Workshop will not expand upon it, maybe it's time we start doing so ourselves with some wild speculations and imaginings. The whole thing with 40k is that the Imperium itself is so fractured and spread across countless systems with vast distances in between, it's really hard to focus in on some of the details of different worlds. Now this has happened very, very slowly over time with little fragments of information, but some could be, for example, nightmarish gulags, while others could be verdant, lush garden worlds of pleasure. Others could be more Earth-like with all the complex goings-on of human life that this entails, or you could be living in a horrific hive city or toxic choking forge world. Or how about a planet that's being cut off from the Imperium due to a simple administrative error, forced to go its own way with the vague hope of one day being rediscovered if it's not destroyed.
Actually being cut off from the Imperium doesn't sound that bad.
By some other alien process in the meanwhilest. And this for me is one of the most enjoyable parts of Warhammer 40,000. You can use your own imagination to build a whole narrative given the existing lore and framework of the...
Nah, Void Style. Not if it was my planet. If we were being cut off from the Imperium, we would be doing things differently. They very differently. First and foremost, we probably go underground so that aliens get to the planet and they're like, oh, it's no one here. Fuck it, let's leave again. This planet is completely barren. You get to finally be free, you know, build your own paradise, so to speak.
The factions within it. Often the world of 40k draws on real-world history, and it's something that I really love the idea of doing in creating whole descriptions of planets and locations that are non-canon and entirely fictional. Perhaps this is something I'll find time to do, perhaps it's something you guys would be interested in me doing. In the meanwhile, worst jobs canon or not, tell me down below what's the worst thing you can come up with. I'm probably going to regret asking that, but let's see. As always guys, thanks for watching and thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one.
So I'll say this from my perspective, something that I have thought humanity does probably have for a while. So if I could give my speculation on, if you have a society, an entire society that is effectively built on the premise of numbers. Right? Because let's be honest, while yes, humanity does have the Astartes, who are obviously incredibly powerful, it is limited. It's not as if it has Astartes for every single war in the universe. So a lot of the war of humanity is fought strength through numbers. That's really what humanity does best. There's almost guaranteed planets that we would call probably birthing planets. And I can absolutely see a world in which women on these planets are kept as, for lack of a better word, breeders. Right? Literally just that's it. That's their entire fucking role, is to just have as many children as possible, and those children will be shipped off to different worlds, to different fronts, to different places. It just makes sense to me. The Imperium seems to be very methodical and almost mechanical in their application of all other things. That it would be weird if they didn't do that too. Because you could argue, well, actually, if you have this many humans, you'll still have a lot of kids because people are still going to have a lot of kids. Not really. If you listen to the majority of these jobs, almost all of these jobs, you have almost no free time whatsoever. Like most of these jobs, you have 4 hours at most that you can sleep, and then you have to get back to work. So you're not actually going to have that much time to have children. Whereas if you have these breeding worlds, you can have as many fucking kids as you want, right? I don't think we're touched on that, but I do know there are worlds who can only supply guardsmen. They collect tithe instead of money, and what you think about there is something even more horrid. Read about the demon Kulaba, but do it off Twitch. It's 100% ban if you read it on stream. In other words, they're pretty nutsy. It's so bad, they literally retconned it. I agree. I mean, Jesus. Well, yeah, obviously the tithe would be... Well, actually, from what I could gather from this video at least, the tithe is people, but it can also be other things, right? So there is a tithe that can be paid in all sorts of resources. But I would not put it past... This is just speculation. I mean, obviously... I don't know shit about this, but from my speculation, I'm at least looking at it and thinking they're almost definitely breeder worlds where women are kept as cattle, so to speak, and just sort of made to have as many babies as their body can handle within a given period of time. And then if we're going to go even deeper with this, I can see them doing mechanical stuff to have the woman probably not even need to eat or walk around or move, just lie there, be fed intravenously, and just pop out babies, and then probably try and find some way of having kids being born even quicker, because everything's mechanical, right? They want to do things as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible. Human decency be damned. Anything that's needed, whether it's women for childbirth rates, to have more souls and other soldiers, etc. I'm pretty sure there's lore on that. Major Kill made a Necron video 15 minutes ago. Nice. Krieg is basically Vatborn, aka made from a tube, essentially. Creepy, how you doing, bro? Thank you for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. You're getting close to describing the demon Kilba. I don't know what that is. I'll definitely check it out. I'm just sort of... So all I'm doing is I'm thinking about if I were part of the Imperium and if I was part of the upper structures of the Imperium of Man and I was sort of part of the people that had to organize civilization, why would I organize all of the other facets of human civilization? In other words, I have these giant worlds that just farm all of our food, and I have worlds where we just build a bunch of shit, like factory worlds. And I have servitors because I need AI, but I don't trust AI. So I build my own AI, so to speak. If I have all of this shit, yeah, and I have all of this industrialized to maximum effect, why would I not do the same with childbirth? And vat grown would work, but it would be expensive, right? You can't grow all humans in a vat. It's much cheaper to just use other humans. I mean, the Imperium have already showcased that they don't give a fuck about human life. They could not care less about human life. So as far as they're concerned, these people that grow these babies would be vats, effectively. Voidstyle literally just finished watching it. About them. I'm gonna get to all of the videos, or most of the videos in the Content Suggestions channel. I promise. I'm definitely gonna get there. Coming them breeders, Mars actually does more vat grown than regular, based on Belisarius Cole's book. No, we haven't watched part 2. But part 2 is already in the Discord, so we will watch that. It is a little disgusting though. 40k, crank it up a notch. Breed more than just babies. I'm sure they breed plenty of things. Worse jobs out there than being a reactor, confirmed. Talk Buffett, how you doing, brother? Because while the Imperium is industrial and they don't give a fuck, there are certain things they don't like to do because it offends their religious beliefs. Or do you think making people have babies would offend their religious beliefs, though? I don't think so. I'd be surprised if it does. That's the worst? Grofal, what do you mean? What's the worst? You love the Race of the Emperor of Man series? Luton actually dropped a new video for it the other day. I heard. We'll probably watch the next Emperor of Man video tomorrow. We'll most likely watch it tomorrow. I need to go eat now. It's already 5:30. We've done a good amount of streaming today. You don't need to give people incentive to bang. Rate, no. But it's also, you do need to give people, well, you don't need to give people incentive to bang, but it's not necessarily that people are going to have babies every single time. If you want people to have babies, you're going to need some incentive. Or you're going to have to force them. That's basically what you have. Those are the options that you have. Swanky Tiger, I'll check out the Warlock guides tomorrow morning offline, and I'll make a video if needs be. There's a couple of videos that I actually have to make tomorrow, so I promise I'll do that one probably too, if possible. I'll be back tomorrow, same time as I was today, which is, for those of you that want to be here, 5.5 hours earlier. That's when we went live. I can't promise that it's going to be exactly at that time, but it will be around that time. As soon as I'm done working, basically as soon as I'm done making videos, I'll be live again. When life is shit, banging is probably the only thing they have left to do. Yes, but do you want to fucking have children when life is that shit? Probably not, right? Probably not. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go. I still need to eat, and I have to edit all of these clips and shit from today. And then I have to go to sleep because I've literally today started waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. Actually, I woke up 4:45 today to go to the gym. And I can feel myself being quite tired So I'm probably going to go to bed rather early tonight. I will say, though, I'm loving the amount of work I got done today. I got a shit ton of work done today, plus we did 6 hours, almost 6 hours of streaming. I'm happy with that. I'm well happy with that. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. As always, ladies and gentlemen, be kind to each other, be good to each other. To everyone that supported the channel, that subbed, and that gift subs, and all the rest of it. I really love all of you. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Be good to each other. And I will see all of you in the next one. Peace out, fam.